Beef, why do you have such a problem with me?
Can we get the real Andy? I would prefer the real Andy.
Oh, let's get the real Max. I'll take off my mask when you take off your mask, brother.
Because who's your new favorite YouTuber, Ian, that wanted to be on the show with us?
The Madman. The Madman.
Mad Movie Man.
Let's bring on Max Movies because he scares the living shit out of me. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
Mad Max says, I think you should apologize. Right? I'm sitting here in a goddamn torn down pool house.
I don't even know
the pool house is torn apart. Okay, it's torn apart because I'm remodeling on my $70 webcam. Okay, I'm no better than you.
I'm sorry, but don't you guys find it kind of creepy that a 40-year-old man
To me, it's funny. He's a YouTuber. He wears a Dr. Doom mask. He interviewed Tommy
in all of their videos because they're afraid to show their pale white face. I don't know. That seems a little suspicious to me.
Yeah. Let me get Max in here. Oh no, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no. Oh no. I should never have allowed it to happen. I'm already regretting it. No,
especially some dude just wearing a mask all the time screaming at the camera.
Mad Max is here. Never thought I'd see you in my chat. Great costume drawing. Thanks.
Rich, long time. Please take off your shirt and show us some saggy melons.
Yeah!
And please, with some Finnegan Fox enthusiasm,
Yes!
show us on the floor. Oh, God, I see what you did there. You son. I like saggy melons.
Oh, there you go.
But, like, it just...
Hard at work.
This
is hard at work.
Messed up now.
Your boss?
Saggy, hold on.
Go get your boss. Go get your boss.
At work.
I need your clout.
Chase it off of me, bro.
I need your clout. Oh wow.
I'm at work. You see, I'm working. I'm trying to
get
end
ready.
The night.
Get ready for the
live now while I'm trying to get my job
There's a
done.
reason for that. Get ready for the cancellation live in person.
Get ready for the cancellation. Yeah, you know me get canceled. You already know.
Mom!
Yes, honey?
It happened again!
Did you have your mask on?
I always have my mask on.
Oh, I'm not on.
I already hold you. I was watching your other stream. You're like, I hope someone shows up. I'm listen, I'm backing down. I don't have I can't take the melons.
You don't want this. You don't want
no,
this. You don't want
I don't know.
You don't.
I know you're stocking shelves? Oh wow, you're
smoke you do not want to mess with.
See, the accusations were false. Someone said you're doing a lot of texting network. And she's stalking.
Doing text at work, damn right, because this is my job.
No,
I'm doing my job while we're talking. So
you know what
multitasking.
You know what the reality is? She was texting watching YouTube, and then she's like, "I'm going live. I better stock shelves."
Guest Tommy Telleriso.
Telleriso. Oh my God!
All right. Restart the stream. Restart.
That's fine.
Nice chatting with you. I'll see you guys later.
Jeremy, I just reached 5K.
Well, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
It really doesn't matter.
While you're here, if you'd like to consider memberships, it's only 99 cents.
Rip away, my friend. Rip away.
Because, man.
Movie Madness Entertainment.
Welcome. I had it muted. Sorry, everyone. I just woke up. Whoo. Did I sleep long enough for DC to be not embarrassing? I'm drinking some water. Well, I'm streaming for RJ. Come on the show, RJ. Come on the show one more time. Where is it? Oh God, I can't even find my clip. Where is it? Come on, RJ.
You want to come on the show? You want to come on? Do you want to come on then? Do you want to come on? Do you want to come on? Do you want to come on? If anyone wants to come on, do you want to come on?
I'm in a weird mood. No, I haven't seen you're just trying to get me triggered, sweet and tender hooligan. Goddamn, I'm not no pro amico. I'm not no pro amico. Good God, I want this shit to end. I got tired of looking at it. They didn't do shit at the end of the year. They didn't give us any announcement or even pretend like they're doing. Yes, I'm live. I saw your DM in the DM group, Hans Brand. The Phantom Menace DC. I'm not no Phantom Menace, Hans. I don't want the Flash to be embarrassing. I liked the Flash. Get your ass on the show, Hans. Get your ass on here too. Talk about Phantom Menace. I don't want things to be bad. I don't want the Miko to be a shit show. I don't want DC to be just as bad. The Miko is back, baby. Is back. Oh, now it's Tubby again. Oh, God. All right. What's the topic today? The topic is I was sleeping good. I was trying to sleep until this doesn't look good. And I was okay with the costume. I thought it looked decent. But now goddamn Twitter made me see what I cannot unsee, and it's on the helmet. And someone did like a Joe Madden play-by-play sports talk circling of a certain image on top of the hat, and now I can't unsee a giant on his head. Hey, RJ.
Why are you going full Geeks and Gamers?
I'm not going full Geeks and Gamers. I'm like, oh my God.
Wait, what's wrong with the suit?
Well, I checked on Twitter to see it was trending. I was looking at topics because I saw you in the DM group, like, stream, I'm only going to be able to talk for another day or two, and then I'm out. I'm going to be out like Brian.
Well, not fully out. I probably won't be able to do, like, Friday streams and Saturday streams, so.
Yeah. Well, then I saw this image, and I've been more positive about the suit than you are. It's not. It doesn't look
like
great.
A penis on his helmet.
Yeah, that's what I can't unsee. I saw it on Twitter. Now it's stuck in my head. And then
we pull it back up again. Also, I have another question. Why does the skin texture look like a ball sack mixed with like a basketball?
I mean, I'm okay with it, but I don't understand. Like
I really don't like the helmet. I really don't like the helmet.
No,
the helmet looks like it's like constricting the face a little bit too much.
I think it looks okay. It's just really the thing in the middle that I can't unsee now. There's even
It's
even got like veins.
It does. It's like a brain or something. It's really weird.
What the hell, man? How hard is it? Really, I don't want to. I'm a movie pundit that's like from my home. And I don't want to say I can't do. I mean, I can't do better. But I mean, why can't you see?
So someone told me, by the way, told me. So there's a prequel comic that explained why the suit looks the way it does. It's meant to look like a circuit board for the electricity.
Yeah, I get that.
And apparently, it's meant to be nanotech because it's supposed to fit inside the ring, the Flash ring. So that's why it looks the way it does, but I still think it looks bad. So it really doesn't matter how they explain it.
Sean, just so you know, that's not my title. I'm using it. I didn't even watch the video. I have.
No, actually, it is true. The people on the inside of Warner Brothers think
that's
their
bullshit.
best comic movie since The Dark Knight.
Do you have quotes here?
It was. I think it was in the Variety article, or it was in another article. I don't remember what, but yeah, apparently, internally, they think this is their best movie since The Dark Knight.
That's bullshit. They're just trying to sell it to you. I listen. Even if they think it's good, to say it's
well, the test audiences have really liked the movie.
So sick of it. You know what? We've come goddamn full. You know how much? Listen, I'm not giving any credibility to Doomcock, but remember when people used to say test screenings didn't happen, and now all I hear is goddamn stuff about test screenings. Like,
well, apparently there actually were test screenings though.
Yeah, I know,
it scored high in the 80s.
Everyone that wants to debunk scoopers and debunk Doomcocky's full of it. But everyone was like, "Oh, test screenings don't happen." I'm like, "Okay, I don't know." Now all I hear about is test screenings, and they use it to promote shit too. And
Well,
I'm
yeah, of
sorry,
course,
I'm not
of
going
course.
back to Zach, but this suit looks much better.
Well, so does it make you feel better if I tell you that the Flash got test scores in the 80s?
No, it doesn't. It's all bullshit.
But it's unheard of for these kind of movies. To
It's
get
all
test screens in the 80s.
okay, and this is the same spin and bullshit that we get all the time from the studios. The
But
PR.
what if it really is this good,
no, it's the same old shit you're falling for, RJ.
No.
What if?
Let me
You know how
for you though, real quick. If it's getting test scores in the 80s, which is the highest they've ever seen for a big blockbuster in years, and they're supposedly putting all of their money, literally all of their marketing money, into just this one
They have no
movie,
other choice. It's not.
What does that tell you? Because
like
apparently they're so broke they can't afford to do marketing for Magic Mike 2 or Shazam 3 or Shazam 2. Sorry. Point being, if they can't even afford to market other movies and they're putting all their money into Flash, why would they put all their money into Flash?
Oh man, you're falling for it too, Isaac. And you called me stupid the other day. I'm not saying you're stupid, but come on, these are the same tactics where you get where you're like, oh wow, DC needs to get
and
it
Sean's
together.
right.
And
Sean is real quick. I want to say Sean is correct. Just because you get a high test audience score doesn't mean it's going to be a box office hit. It just means, hey, people really seem to like your movie, and it might do okay, maybe, but it's not a surefire success.
Shazam 3 is not confirmed. I doubt Shazam is going to make decent box. Hey, Anthony.
My
Gateway
thoughts on
Productions, Substork still complaining about DC. Can I join the party? Sure. I mean, if someone wants to, can you send them a link, RJ? He could pop in for a little bit.
I remember his Twitter.
My dude.
I mean, my thoughts on the suit. I don't like the helmet.
I don't want to not like it.
What they should have done with the suit? The suit looks okay.
That's not hard, Zito. It's not hard. Any movie can be better.
No, he likes
Wonder Woman 80. Wonder Woman 84 needs
Get your ass on here, Isaac. You have the link.
I don't know. I don't like the suit, but I'm sure. I mean, I don't even know when I'm commenting on this. I'm not seeing the movie, so
I want to like it. Why is it you can't even like? I want to like these things. I mean, if the trailer still looks amazing.
Yeah,
I mean,
Super Bowl weekend.
But I just don't believe this PR stuff. And I'm not Phantom Menace either. It's just like they always say this shit. Oh, the test screenings are amazing.
Well,
they have
let me ask you, why are they putting so much money into it then for marketing?
And then they're like, well, maybe we're still going to continue Ezra. Maybe we want to debunk that Gunn got rid of Gal. Why is that? Because Gal's in Shazam 2. They don't want it for sure that she's out until after Shazam 2.
Well, no, she's in the Flash too. She's in the Flash movie too.
Look how Zaslav's a mother effer. One day he says Henry Cavill to announce on Instagram. That week he knew
that
he
wasn't
was
Henry Cavill though. That was Luca and Abdi.
Yeah, but it still had to go through him too. And then that week he knew that week he was not going to do the Black Adam. Basically, they knew over the first
I don't think
weekend.
that was decided until the Monday after when the box office numbers came in.
Hey, little movie perp. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it. Bro, you just took my comment out of context. That's what
because you didn't read his other comment apparently.
Where?
I don't remember. There's a comment before.
But the WB even have the money to put like market Doom 2 because it's come out later this year too.
Yeah, Hans heard the cow. Yeah, I'm not falling for this shit anymore. It's so stupid. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed.
That is true. Batgirl does have the same score
Rhea.
as Black Adam. Yes, that is true.
Ezra, I saw that you were streaming Mario Kart, and I was like, oh, I would really like to join, but I was too tired after work. I crashed. Gaelic Productions $1.99. It's non-Kino, RJ.
Why can I not find it? I'm like searching for it. It's like
Same
not
old,
popping up.
same old.
Very
Hey, Aaron,
odd.
how's it going?
Good. Oh, you did a little bit late stream. Huh? I didn't know you were
Well,
gonna
no,
stream
I want. Listen, I hope the trailer is worth the $7 million. I'm just not falling for. It's the best thing since The Dark Knight. Maybe we're gonna keep Ezra around. We're so positive.
Max,
You're gonna see the movie.
Max, they say that for every movie.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I mean, people are like, "Oh, well, no, maybe."
They say that for Marvel movies.
Why
all
are
the
they
time.
spending
This is
$7 million? Could it be? Could
Ant-Man's
it be
gonna-
the?
They
Go
say
ahead.
for Marvel, they're gonna say Ant-Man 3 is the best movie since Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess. Yeah, Grace. You watched Grace's video today?
No. Well, thanks, Ron. I like
her
your
live stream or box office.
I mean,
No, her box
Sean
office
too.
is- that video is
I
stupid.
don't like it when things aren't good. I'm not like thinking that's the difference. I'm not thinking like how much money can I make off bashing this thing. I want to be like, that actually when people were saying Austin Butler potentially as Superman, like, okay, now you're talking. Now I'm getting.
It's not going to be Austin Butler.
Don't fall for that account.
He's in the running for Fantastic Four.
Hey,
Yeah, you're looking at him for.
Oh,
Jarvis.
no need to
Yeah,
fear,
he's
everybody. Non-Kino is here. That was a terrible intro. I apologize. How we all doing?
That was
tonight, guys?
I like that better.
I know, right? No need to fear. Non-Kino is here. My
Yes,
dude,
that
my
was
guy.
great. No, I like. Well, that's cool too. But I like.
I know it was a little bit much there.
I like
but-
the new intro. I like the new intro.
Are we still complaining about DC?
I'm not
still?
complaining. I'm upset. I'm not like I guess it is. All right, it's complaining. I just
mean,
want
honestly, I could give
I
less of
will-
a shit either way. I mean,
I-
okay, you want to go first, Aaron? I'll let you go first, buddy.
That was
I'll agree with Sean. Like wasting $7 million for a Super Bowl ad is.
Well,
is
I mean, it's
definitely wasting
possible. It's
money.
really good, but I doubt it.
But how
Yeah.
you even pulling $7 million?
Well, they
off your
must have
ass?
confidence in it.
Well,
right?
here's the funny thing too about
How you
this.
pulling that?
The funny thing about the Super Bowl spots, it's not even the trailer. It's a 30-second spot telling people to go watch the trailer online.
Oh my god!
So it's
So
not
sort of
like.
like Multiverse
So here's the
Madness
question that
last
we really
year.
have to ask. Here's the question we really have to ask. Will the majority of the audience watching the Super Bowl when that TV spot comes on go online to go watch the trailer?
Well, RJ,
I don't think so. I don't know.
You know,
They're
honestly,
watching
I
the
think you're wrong. I
game.
can see that,
I think
actually.
you're wrong.
Brian, get
You
your
have to
ass on
remember,
here.
RJ, I
Listen,
think you're wrong,
listen. Even
because the rest of the world does not watch
Fandom Menace
American
L
football.
is no fan of Fandom Menace, and even he says, "Why is there a phallic symbol on the top of Flash's?" That's why I'm like, come on. Why is this a close up?
Well, and the texture on the suit looks like a ball sack too. which
Yes!
That is true. It looks like a rubber ball.
Well,
set.
can't
I
unsee that.
kind of,
I'm
I
like,
kind
why?
of,
Why?
I kind of wish they would have. You know what they should have done? I'm fine with the suit, but they should have kept the Zack Snyder cowl from the Flash and put it in this suit, because you come on, why you even covering Ezra Miller jawline? Why are you covering that?
The CW one looks better. I'm not
Well, of
doing.
course.
I'm not
I
doing-
don't understand. Here's
I'm
what I
not
don't
doing. I'm
understand.
not saying that just to. I mean, I don't mind the lines. It's just the ball sack on the helmet.
Why didn't they
That-
keep
that
this
does look
suit
like a ball
from the
sack.
concept art from DC Fandom? Why didn't they keep this?
Which one?
Like,
I don't know.
The
Max.
screen. So
Well, let me, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing.
Nah, I mean
that, because even that cowl looks a lot better.
That one looks better. Yes, that one. And that because you see more.
Because it's the same idea they're going for, but the cowl doesn't look nearly as bad.
I mean, we're talking about Walter.
Hey,
Amada
Cyrus,
Productions.
how's it going, man?
I don't know.
You're
Like,
leaving
listen,
already. You
you
just
made
got
up with your
here.
friends while I was gone. Max, have you and Matt Jarbo made up again? Have you guys kissed?
No, it's bad timing, non-keto. I mean, we're fine. We're fine.
Yeah,
we're
you know what? Matt
we're
Matt
friends.
tends to
We're
break.
we're
Matt,
just
Matt tends to break his toys.
no.
eventually.
We're just. I don't want to. I don't want to comment on it. We're just basically. We're friends. We're just taking break. That's it.
That's all good. I was just teasing that. I was just teasing that. Matt usually breaks his toys eventually. Anyway.
Oh yeah, that actually is true.
That
I
is
remember-
true. He eventually does.
No, I meant this comment.
I
here
didn't.
that
Did
you
I
called
say?
it flush.
See, I didn't call it the flush. I
I
want it to be
read
good.
that.
We're finally getting it
I think the flush is a cool nickname for the flush.
I mean, listen,
That's a cool nickname.
none of this matters for me personally because I'm not seeing the movie at all. Period. So it doesn't
I'll
really matter
see.
for me.
I'll see Rational. I wasn't really gonna stream, and then I'm like, and then you know what? I said, what is there to talk about? Oh, gosh.
Megan. We're talking
That's
about
all.
Megan.
I mean, that's the biggest thing. I don't care about Megan that much.
Why don't you care about Megan?
I mean, that
It's
what
cinema, Max.
This is what happens. People are like, why is Max turning it? What else? I'm like, this is on my mind. Why am I not going to? If I'm thinking about it, I might as well go live.
Everyone's asking me the same question why I'm not seeing Flash. I'll just break it down in 2 pieces. Okay. Number one, I feel personally, as someone of Native American heritage myself, I just don't feel comfortable supporting that movie because of the Ezra Miller situation, convicted or not. I'm just not morally, I think, for me at least, I don't feel comfortable supporting the movie financially. Second being, this is going to sound really bad, but I don't want to support the movie if it's going to lead to Ezra Miller continuing the role because I want a full reboot.
He's not.
So I'm not going to support the movie financially because I want a reboot. So
honestly, guys, like from like what everybody, I think everybody in town, especially in Warner Brothers, kind of knows Ezra Miller's done after this. And I don't care about these fucking trade reports. I'm gonna be honest with you. All these fucking trade reports have been nothing but fucking hot air and just garbage. Because they've just been full of like misinformation.
Well, the funniest thing about the Variety report from Tatiana Sequel that I loved was that I literally said, well, these characters could continue, maybe. I'm like, that's the same thing. You're not actually reporting anything. You're saying, I don't know. These things could continue.
God, we're on a stream together. Sean O'Rourke and Non-Keen of Cinephile. The collaboration everybody's been dying for.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we have a lot coming in, so take your time. Let's thank you, Sean, for joining us. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to say that I think they're going to spend $7 million for a 60-second spot, and all they're going to do is show more Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Because they need to hook people on this movie.
Oh, it's
and
the marketing's
Ben
gonna be
Affleck.
the marketing's gonna be primarily Michael Keaton, I guarantee it.
It's mostly going to be. It's mostly going to be Michael Keaton. That's how they're going to hook people in. And that.
Yeah.
And 60 seconds. It's like really what a waste.
Not even 60.
It's gonna be a
30,
it's gonna be a 30 second spot.
I think I see it from a standpoint because I know Super Bowl is big. I mean, I love NFL football. I'm from Canada. I love NFL football. But I think if I'm seeing a standpoint, like football is really big in America. Let's be honest. Like really big in America.
Well, it's like I said too. The other thing is, it's like, okay, you play a 30-second spot that says "Go watch the full trailer online now."
Yeah.
How many people watching the game who you're trying to appeal to are going to go online right away to watch that trailer?
People.
Thanks, Jimbo. Yeah, this is what I'm like. Come on, I don't want to laugh.
I thought that was a chubby Deion Sanders for a second.
I don't want to laugh or meme on my stuff I like. It becomes a joke. And go ahead, Sean.
I'll just say that when it comes to the Super Bowl stuff, if it was Batman or Superman, it would be worth spending that money. But the Flash is not a draw. Like it's not a big draw right now. I just don't, I don't see the audience connecting with that.
Honestly, Sean, for better or worse, like the Flash movie is the best movie that DC has right now. From what
we're being told. I mean,
yeah, but it's coming from I was gonna say the trades, but then I kind of realized like a lot of the trades over the last couple months have been
they've been wrong on
they've been
so
garbage.
many
I'm
things.
gonna be honest with you. I know like a lot of people in my field. I'm doing a lot of like digital space. They're kind of like afraid to go after the trades, but dude, they've just been kind of been like. They've been kind of been on like autopilot.
It's mostly been, from what I've noticed, basically because I know Max has super chats 3, but I just want to see really quickly, like the ones I've noticed the most issues with over the last couple months personally has been Variety and Deadline. I think Hollywood Reporter has still been very solid.
The Wrap has been garbage though.
The Wrap Yeah, the rap's been
Well, I don't think James Gunn's been stellar himself. It's all mess. Like it's.
I mean,
the messaging for DC is still all over the place.
But he doesn't own them anything until
Totally
he's ready
agree.
to. He doesn't own them anything. until
Like
he's
I
ready
said
to
though, we're gonna
reveal
know what's going on.
Well, I
in a week
think
or
I
two,
think if
so.
James Gunn starts a movie and he has a solid take for Superman, it could be decent.
Well, not only that, but did you see? I think it was earlier this morning. He announced that he's just finished writing a third of a new TV show. It's been unannounced.
But let's be honest. Some of this stuff, like these battles he's fought, now that I'm rethinking the Henry Cavill thing, he said that he says that when the box off when you could buy your tickets. So just like Shazam 2 is coming out, Gal Gadot's in that apparently. That's why he doesn't want to say it. Why didn't boot her until after it's out, and then they'll be like, well, Shazam 2 didn't do very good, so maybe we're not going to continue with Gal. And then they're going to tell you the truth when there's no more chance to buy tickets.
Yeah, and then when it comes to like the Flash, again, like if all these movies start just bombing, then Gunn is just going to say it was the old regime. What am I going to do? You know, it's
he isn't wrong. He's not wrong. It is.
He's not
That's
wrong.
the story.
There's no movie for
That's because I heard the movie's great. You know,
There's no movie for 2024. So
Well,
well, there actually is
read
one
the-
Joker 2. Joker 2.
I mean,
Let's
like,
read, let's
from
read
his
these two
universe,
super
right? That's a good
chats.
start.
CGH Entertainment $5.
That's a
What if
different
James
universe.
Gunn is fooling us all and they're soft rebooting with Black Adam, Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, and Blue Beetle?
Well, not Black Adam.
But I'm pro hard reboot. No, they're
That wouldn't be
obviously
the
they've
case
been
'cause
going
they already
after
got
the
rid of
Rock
actors, yeah.
hard. They've been going after the Rock hard.
And The Rock released
they're done with the Rock.
The
They-
Rock
Yeah,
released
dude.
that statement a week ago, about having basically a
That's-
divorce. to DC.
That's part of. Remember when The Rock was promoting and he's like, the old regime made some bad mistakes. Somehow Toby Emmerich still has some sway with even the new regime, and that's
Because he never left. Because
they
Toby
talked.
Emmerich
The
left.
Rock and James Gunn talked.
Well,
They-
Max, remember like way back when Toby Emmerich first left, me and Caden literally said he took a set what was it called? A severance package where he
Yeah,
gets to be a
severance
producer
package.
now.
Yeah,
on
but
the lot.
he was
So he never really left.
If
He
you're
just,
gonna say that and then still get mediocre box office, they're gonna come after you. That's why you see all these really aggressive articles. That's still
Yeah. Well, just a
Listen,
response. Oh, sorry, Sean, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say Shazam 2 has to do more than 360 million like
I
the
think
first
it
one
will.
did.
It has to.
Oh,
It has to do.
It
400
has
million.
to.
Well, the budget for is 125.
I mean, come
so
on,
if
Sean.
they get
I
to
like Helen Mirren, but
300,
those images don't look. They didn't do her any favors. to
Why do you
makeup.
keep forgetting
No, I
about
don't
Lucy
think so.
Liu? Lucy Liu's in the movie
She looks
too.
bad too, and Lucy Liu's a beautiful person.
Yeah, but Lucy, like,
Let's be real here. I think we're all fooling ourselves.
But
if
Max,
we can't
you know,
actually look
hold
at.
on. You know that Shazam isn't marketing itself off for the villains; it's marketing itself off for the Shazam family.
They're
the highlight. They're the
most
priority.
most of the time, what leads to a successful comic book movie is a good villain. There was
Not
some
really for marketing, though.
There was some excitement with Shazam 2 as a new character.
mean,
and that eventually you'll get Black Adam versus Shazam. Now there's none of that, and there's a made up villain that looks.
But we don't
It
know.
doesn't look
we-
great.
But
It doesn't
like you
look great
mentioned,
from the
though,
trailers.
I think the Trojan horse or whatever, like the ace in their cap, is going to be the fact that two things. I think Mr. Mind may have a cameo, and two, I think
This
Wonder
is-
Woman.
this is
Wonder,
where they keep
no, what I'm saying
failing.
is
What could
Wonder,
happen in the
Wonder Woman
future?
Is, I know.
Give
but
it to
Wonder-
us now.
But Wonder Woman's going to be a big part of the marketing too. Not now, but I think later on. I would
What,
not.
well,
but
yeah, when
I
you don't
thought
know if
the-
she's going to be back or not. That's
I
not
thought
good
the
marketing.
scene with Gal Gadot was just was it him like trying to let her down easy while they were eating dinner? Like
well, actually, here's the thing about the thing there. If you guys want to hear spoilers,
No.
there's-
Jesus Christ.
They don't want to hear spoilers.
why would be?
Not Kita, because I think
Why
RJ's
would-
actually going to see this
no.
one.
Oh.
I mean, you guys are gonna not see it, right? I mean, you
No,
guys-
no,
I'm,
RJ
no,
said-
I'm seeing Shazam and Blue Beetle. The other two, I'm not
That's
for
true.
sure.
Yeah, I'm a hard pass on Shazam too.
Why not? Why?
I didn't connect with the first movie. Just wasn't my thing.
I mean, I was willing
and if
to
everyone
support-
else liked it, I'm happy. it just wasn't my thing.
I liked it
see ya.
enough that I promising future of where it could go that I wanted to support it. But now that there's no chance.
Yeah.
And that
Well-
part of that is the Rock's fault. But I understand because going up against the guy with fake muscles on when you're steroid, you know,
Dude,
it doesn't look good.
That's my problem with Shazam is the suit. The padded suit looks really bad when he bends his arms. It's so obvious that it's like it clumps and crimples at the.
But
at
the new one
elbow.
looks good though.
But there's no promise of Shazam future anymore, so I'm just like,
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I mean, honestly, like, what's the point of talk? Well, I mean, other than like their artistic value, like, what's the point of like talk about whether or not these movies are going to be successful? It doesn't really fucking matter, my dude. It's like, you know, whatever. Just let these movies be what they will be, and you know what. We'll see from there. I am just so sick of the DC drama. Like, I don't want to hear any more of these like bloated nothing burger DC articles until we hear about the real sweep from Gunn.
Well, people got to make money.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of the stuff that's come out is self-inflicted wounds. I mean, come on, like I've said it before. When James Gunn was in negotiations way before Black Adam came out, and if there was any hint that he was going to reboot Superman, he could have said, guys, I'm about to come in here and we're not going to go with Henry Cavill. So you need to pull that cameo. And if the cameo was pulled from the end of that film, none of us would have been upset. We were all been like, well, we thought he was going to show up, but I guess he didn't. So I guess we're not getting Henry Cavill. And we all would have moved on.
But they didn't want to hurt their box office at all. And they
were thinking with their money hat, not their
over messaging.
Yeah.
Over messaging. Over messaging.
Yeah. I mean, so a lot of their problems are self-inflicted.
Well,
Rational Skeptic for $5.
10 years has been self-inflicted from WWE.
I just want to mention real quick before you read it, Max, too. The biggest self-inflicted wound that they did was not pulling the slate, because now we're in like this financial low period where you're having all these movies come out that could financially fail.
Honestly,
because
I
of the
gotta
incoming.
disagree with that, RJ.
It's a messy divorce. That's where
that's what I'm saying. It is a messy divorce.
I said
yes.
You can't do a full reboot when you still got a year of movies and a slate to promote.
Yeah, you know
that's
what?
Where I don't know why people thought I was so crazy to say that. I'm like, how are you going to promote this shit? I'm not interested anymore.
Zaslav needed to write off $3 billion in losses, and he really should have just wiped the rest of the films. Like,
unless it's a contract issue where they're legally are not allowed to.
Oh yeah, actually, I
and dumped them right away, and then announced the reboot.
I would have just dumped everything. Because of all the problems with Ezra Miller and
I would disagree.
I just would have dumped
one of the reasons why is because number one, you have no idea, and Sean probably knows this, but you guys don't know like how big of a deal that Batgirl thing was. Like everybody in Hollywood is like really pissed off at WWE for them doing that. So and if they get rid of the entire slate, that's just gonna even dig them in a deeper hole there. So they have to release these movies out to like further cement like more creative relationships with the studio. That's the reason why they're being like finished out released. You don't have to go see them, but like they should be released into theaters or at least on HBO Max. I don't think it's a good idea to can these movies, because if you can them, that sets a precedent that the studio doesn't have the creators' backs.
Right.
And, like
I agree. I agree. My only thing is like they even putting them just on HBO Max would have they wouldn't have been able to get a write-off, The 3 billion they wanted, I think they only got like 1.8 billion in write-offs. Yeah. So and they wanted 3 billion. And I don't know.
Says here to RJ, lots of directors and actors have done far more shifty things than Ezra. That means you should be boycotting lots of films.
Well, that would be implying that's the only reason I'm not seeing the film. I'm also, like I said, I'm not seeing it because I don't want to support a soft reboot. I want a full reboot, but also I just have no interest in the movie. I love Michael Keaton, but I think conceptually, creatively, this film is like a dud from the beginning, based on its premise alone. And I'm just not interested in seeing the film at all. I mean, kudos to those who are excited. I'm not going to tell anybody how to spend their money. I'm just telling you personally, it's just a miss for me. I have no interest.
I can see your point there.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. But honestly, I am actually really excited for James Gunn's Superman movie. I think that is a fascinating choice, for him to do that. Again, I my one fear about James Gunn running DC is that he's going to write everything. And I hope because he's been only hiring himself for the last couple years. We didn't know the type of people he's like going to hire next. So
Well, that's something we'll have to keep in mind too, because I saw people were concerned about the TV show. That TV show he was working on way before he got this job. I guarantee it. Same with the Superman movie.
It's the same with the Superman script. He was working on that way before. You can't write multiple TV shows and a feature film in a month and a half. It just doesn't work that way. You know,
I mean, if you took a lot of Adderall, you know.
I mean, if you did, it'd be pretty bad. It'd probably not be a good show or movie.
No, I mean, he was also, you know, he also got married and went on a honeymoon and all this kind of stuff before all of this announcement came out. Look, I have faith in James Gunn. I enjoy the Guardians of the Galaxy films. They're not my favorite of the Marvels, but they're solid movies. I think he's going to do fine. Peacemaker was good, but you know, again, I'm with Max in the camp that, you know, keeping, you know, cherry picking what you liked or what was successful from the Snyderverse, if you will, or, you know, and keeping the Harley Quinn and keeping all this stuff. It's just like, it's very confusing, I think, to the audience, you know.
Yeah, dude.
They said they were gonna
stuff that he's not gonna ever live that down, you know.
Yeah. I mean, that's
all right. Hey, Senior Nerd. Be calm tonight, Senior Nerd.
I'm there.
Oh, you have a weird echo.
Was it with day 2? And Max is still a little bit boy above DC. He's a little bit boy.
Okay, Senior.
I love this guy.
Senior Nerd, your audio's bad. I'm muting you. If you can get your
I
audio,
heard it. I heard it. Yeah, I heard the echo.
Well, I wanted to say too, because about that TV show that he's writing, if he's been working on that for a while, it could lead credence in the. Oh, there's the echo.
No, it's still there.
Bro, you got an echo, bro.
You gotta take the mic.
It could lead credence to the rumor going around that it's an Amanda Waller spinoff show, Peacemaker, which I think could actually be a reality. I think that actually could be true. Now the question is though that we have to think about: is Peacemaker season 2 and this Amanda Waller show legacy shows that are connected to the old universe, or is he going to connect into the new stuff too?
That's a good question.
Because
it's a great question.
Way, it really could to where he decides my stuff will still come out.
What?
We're losing your audio.
RJ,
I thought it was done. Oh, there he is.
I like the Senior guy.
I am now.
Okay. Well, wait. You're there,
just
Senior
wa-
Nerd,
I
but
think
wait,
just watch
wait
my
your
shit,
turn,
bro.
man.
I
We'll
think
get
just
to you.
end
We'll
it.
get to you. Oh no, there is still an echo.
That's
Senior
still
What?
bro. You
Man.
don't hear dog shit, Mike.
You
Holy
gotta
shit.
get
No, that's gotta be you guys. No, that's gotta be you. It's gotta be you.
It's not my
It's
it's yours.
What echo? I'm not
Oh,
hearing
bro,
echo.
yeah, we could hear
All right,
that.
now it's
You
fixed.
not hear
Okay.
it echo. We can all hear it.
Okay.
It's not seen.
All right,
Now
Rational
you
Skeptic. We got to keep it together if we have this many people on the panel. Come on. Okay, so Rational
sorry, I
Skeptic,
apologize.
$5. Gunn writing a Superman film before he got the DC job made no sense. What if Black Adam was successful? Would they have done Gunn's reboot? Well, obviously they had two factions going at each other for control, and they were just saying, well, whoever has the best take, and it was still all over. It's the way it's been for years.
Yeah, it's just been a mess for a long time.
Yeah, there's not one consistent message. And that's why all the scoops are all over the place too. It's just like each side's trying to vie for their because you throw the feelers out there to see if people can get excitement about things.
Is my connection okay now?
Yeah.
Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. I've been having like StreamYard issues like the last week. I don't remember when I got cut off, but my point being is that I think it leads credence to the Amanda Waller series rumors, because the question is going to be, will he do legacy shows from his old stuff, or will his old stuff connect to the new stuff? That's really the question. I hope that they're legacy shows, and not current shows, not because I don't enjoy his work like a Peacemaker, but I think it would be an easier pill to swallow if it was a full-blown reboot, you know?
I think you're right. It would be an easier pill to swallow. What I would say is I think whatever happens with the Flash and Flashpoint and everything kind of being reset, if that's the excuse he can use for Peacemaker, and then they not bring up Batman and they not bring up the Henry Cavill Superman and whatever they're going to do, he could take that show and go forward with it as if the other stuff never existed because the timeline got screwed up. I mean, that's an easy fix if that's what he
Right.
wants to do.
I just think you're gonna have a hard time, not with the general audiences, but with the hardcore fans. You're gonna have a hard time getting the hardcore fans on board if you tell them we got rid of Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot, but we're keeping Ezra Miller
They're
and
just
John
making.
Cena.
I mean, most likely for the Ezra
problem
part,
is
they're
you're
just
thinking
making us
hardcore
think
fans.
that
And
really
John
think the
Cena. I
hardcore
mean,
fans
and
that they
the
even
box
do well.
office. I mean, if it gets amazing box office, then they'll revisit. They
That's
always
what I
make
wanted to say
decisions
too,
after.
by the way.
Amazing
I
box
think a
office.
lot of decisions about who's staying based on this year's slate will be determined by the box office, except for Jason Momoa.
Everything's
Because
determined by the
Jason-
I mean,
box
if
office.
it
What I'm
gets a
saying
good
is that,
box
like,
office,
I
not because of
think
hardcore.
Ezra's fate lies
That's
with the
why
box
the
office.
Snyderverse is gone because of the
So-
box office. So I mean, box
Yeah.
office is a huge factor. You can't.
I agree. Oh, and also, wasn't there rumors that there was rumors that Deathstroke was going to show up in the Amanda Waller TV show. So
Yeah,
if he's
I
doing
don't think
that,
It was
if
actually
he's doing that,
Black Adam was actually exciting to even link to James Gunn, and now James Gunn's Peacemaker is the
his
lead.
wife was
It's like-
there too. Which like
I know, but
I
that
don't-
was
I didn't get why
exciting.
she
That was
there in
some
the first
connecting
place.
some. That was the Wallerverse.
Honestly,
and-
that was one of my favorite parts of the movie because I'm
Yes.
like, oh, connection, yay!
right. So even that,
And that
like,
was
put on
good
the
though.
back
That
burner.
was a good connection.
That
I
was
think
that was
The
before
Rock.
Peacemaker. That part of the movie was before Peacemaker. That movie
No,
was before Peacemaker.
it took place after Peacemaker.
No, the Amanda Waller stuff. No, the Jennifer.
Yeah.
No, that's before Peacemaker.
Yeah, I think according to the timeline, the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker at the end of the DC EU timeline.
Yeah, because she was still
Before
working.
Flash. Before
she
Flash.
she was still working because Hardcore was still working with Amanda Waller and Black Adam. So it had and at the end of Peacemaker, she was against.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
See, that's why
was
I
wrong.
I also get frustrated because they used that character to introduce Henry Cavill back too, so it directly tied to Peacemaker,
Yeah.
directly tied to Suicide Squad, and it's just a cluster, man.
Mhm.
But I get it. I mean, like, even Jarbo's been on here several times and talks about that they spent $200 million on the Flash, and they'll spend another 70 to 90 million to market it, so it's 300 million. So they have to release it.
I hope it's good. Maybe I'm wrong.
Real quick though, I mentioned this earlier.
But I don't.
like,
it's the same thing that you hear every time. Oh, this is you. Just wait. Just
here's
give
what
it a shot.
concerns me the most is that we're hearing that they are literally like, because we know Warner Brothers Discovery is broke when it comes to releasing movies. Apparently, like, they're not putting a lot of money into stuff. Like
What
Magic
about
Mike,
New
2
Line? Is that
supposedly
broke?
Magic Mike 3, they're pulling that back and not doing as big of releases they were going to. Shazam 2's marketing's being cut now; it's being like held back. They're putting all their eggs into the Flash basket because Warner Brothers hasn't done a Super Bowl spot in over a decade. I think. Like, they don't typically go to the Super Bowl and spend that kind of money.
You're overthinking it.
No.
They spend
No,
money
no,
on-
no,
They're confident
let me
in
finish
the
my
movie
point,
if they're
finish my
doing
point.
that.
What I'm
Well,
saying is,
but
there's a
also-
huge risk putting all
Didn't
your
the
eggs
test
into this
screen-
one
If-
basket.
Well, also keep in mind though that marketing costs are write-offs at the end of the year on your taxes. So, like, marketing, you get a percentage of marketing.
I know.
written off
Oh,
of
I
it.
know.
It
What I'm
could
saying
be
is-
as simple as shifting the plan from putting more money into the film to make it better to more money promoting it.
I'm
and
just
leaving
saying.
it is. You
I'm
could have
just saying. Is
shifted
it
that. Right?
surprising? Is it surprising that they're putting basically all of their eggs into the Flash basket? We're putting all of our money into this marketing campaign.
No,
That's what I mean.
they have to do something with it. They have to do something this next year. That's the biggest movie they have on the slate.
Yeah,
Besides
but see,
Aquaman 2.
it's not all about the feature films though, because remember, by spring, Discovery Plus and HBO Max will turn into Max Plus. They're counting on that to bring in the money and the subscribers because it'll be the largest streaming platform on the planet with more content than any other streaming platform. They're not looking at theatrical. Yes, it's a component of their revenue stream, but they're looking more at the streaming than they are the theatrical. At least that's my take, because when that launches, it's going to be huge, guys. I mean, it really is, and gals, it's going to be huge.
Hopefully, because they need it. They need that money. So,
Yeah, I mean, I think people are going to subscribe big time. you know.
Jimbo, you're triggering me. Can you switch the image, man? I can't stand
Jimbo.
looking at this anymore.
Yeah.
I can't stand.
Jimbo.
It's
What about
embarrassing.
What about my picture?
It's wonderful.
I like
Senior
James
Nerd.
Gunn, Senior Nerd. I like
Oh,
him.
am I echoing? Am I echoing? Am I echoing?
Senior Nerd, everything you do is blessed is blessed by angels.
Okay, that's
you can do
better.
no wrong, Senior Nerd.
But seriously, am I echoing?
better.
No, you're fine.
You're not echoing. Senior
Yeah,
Nerd.
that's
All good.
better. Thanks, Jimbo. I appreciate it. I was.
You
getting
saw Grace's
triggered.
video today that she made about the box office for 2023. That was
Well,
one of the
well,
stupidest
well,
videos
well. What
I've
do you
ever
know?
seen, bro.
No, I don't. And I don't care.
I haven't
Well,
tuned into Grace in a while.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it this time.
Can I just say one thing about Grace Randolph? She really does. She really does contradict herself a lot. I don't think she has
She
like a
does a
really
lot. She does a
stern
lot.
like ideology. It's kind of. She kind of tries to pander to everybody, and you know I respect her for that. But it's just like I don't think she has like one idea of her own. But she does break some pretty good scoops though. I will give her that. She is very good when it comes to breaking scoops for the most part. So I'll give her that credit. And she does have like her space in the online film world, and you know it is pretty tough for women to break into this space. So you know I do have some respect for her. You know?
I don't have anything totally against her. I mean, I've always enjoyed her
I
content,
didn't mean
but
like
her bantering back and forth with Jessica Chastain is pretty.
It's embarrassing.
You know
That
what
is
her
the
new target
dumbest
is?
beef ever.
Yeah, did you guys
You know
hear
what her
that
new
guy-
target is? It's Margot Robbie now.
This is
Oh,
what I
yeah.
can't unsee, and I'm sick of.
Oh my
what?
god! Oh
It's fitting.
no!
It's fitting. You know
Oh,
why?
no.
It's fitting because Ezra Miller is a massive dickhead. Thank you. I'll be over.
I thought
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senior
Oh, my
Nerd.
God.
I mean, but I thought you're.
That was
Aren't you looking
incredible.
forward to the Flash, though, Senior Nerd?
Oh yeah, just because of Michael Keaton. Literally, I'm seeing the movie day one to see Michael Keaton. He was my Batman, and
I mean, he was my Batman too, and I'll see it, but I'm not on day one. I'll see it when it comes to streaming. I'm not paying for it.
See, and
Unless
this
it
is
looks
where-
amazing.
Nico, that's not my
I-
Batman. That's totally not my Batman.
See, I want to mention real quick though, and this is like, okay, I think it's a huge problem to, and this is again, maybe I'm going to be proven completely wrong, but if the marketing and like your promotion of this film is banking on the nostalgia of Michael Keaton alone,
It's gonna fail.
But that's what I was going to mention, because here's the thing. The movie is anchored by Ezra Miller. They play two Flashes.
Not my Batman.
The whole
Three
movie
Flashes.
is built
Three.
upon, sorry, well, three maybe.
Oh,
The
boy.
whole movie's built upon them as the anchor. And listen, Michael Keaton's great. I love Michael Keaton Batman. I respect those two Tim Burton movies. But how strong is the nostalgia for that Batman?
I mean, it's only really going to bring in, you know, the people that loved that Batman in '89,
And how many
who
people
were
are
like
there,
me,
though?
who were
Yeah, but-
16 years old and loved it. But we're talking like you're pandering to 45-year-old plus people, and I just don't see them showing up to the
But there was a difference when, like, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Carr, it was like a celebration.
But that was like
event. This
multi-generational,
is
though,
like
Max,
a funeral.
too.
This is like a funeral.
Yeah.
That's the. I mean, I'll be proven wrong, but it's a different vibe.
Well, hold on though, Max. I mean, we have seen in concept art they're teasing cameos by Christopher Reeve, Linda
But you
Carter,
already know
Christian
you
Bale.
removed this other
That's what I told you. I told you that was gonna happen. They're gonna show stock footage of the Reeves Superman.
Yeah, as
it's
he's running through the time thing.
It's CGI Christopher Reeve.
I bet
CGI
you
Christopher
Adam
Reeve.
West. I bet you they
Really?
can have
Rationals?
show
I never
Adam West
Rationals
Batman.
before.
Rationals here?
In the
What the
Flash.
heck? Rational, speak for us, buddy.
Who's Irrational again? Who's that?
He probably just wants to play Xbox.
Oh my god! What the hell is that Batman?
Oh,
Oh, you got Xbox later, bro.
But that,
Like my
ahead,
thing is, the Flash movie should have been a film between Ezra Miller Flash and what's his name, Ben Affleck Batman. It should have never been with a little bit more multiverse, and that's it.
No,
Or-
it should
or
be
maybe
just.
his-
Here's another question: Are they going to
his
put Ben
bros,
Affleck
bro.
in any of the trailers?
They should. They should.
they're gonna
They
do
should.
that.
I don't think so.
They should.
I think they should leave him out.
There was excitement about the. I mean, it's also my bias speaking
I
because
think-
I've been watching and a fan of DC or Warner Brothers for so long that I'm so negative towards this. But it's just the vibe just feels completely different. It feels like a funeral. It feels like a divorce. And there's not an excitement about the possibilities. There was excitement about the possibilities when you thought about, oh, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. What does this mean? What does this mean for everything? What does this mean for Spider-Man? And the Spider-Man going forward, Tom Holland still continues, and that's canon that he met the other Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So there's excitement there. Now it's like, what the hell does this mean?
Yeah, it's like the speed force reset things. So then the Ben Affleck Batman doesn't exist and the Henry Cavill doesn't exist. It's not like, oh, they got to meet and then it doesn't, it's like, it rewrites the history where the other films incorporated the different multiverses and they got to hang out and do that. We're not getting that kind of thing.
You know what though? Maybe
that's what Flashpoint does.
Hold on though. Maybe Supergirl will save this movie.
I mean, Flashpoint does.
Look, he's not wrong. What if she turns out to be the shining star of the film and we didn't even see it coming?
Well,
because
I
all
hope
the
so.
conversation we've had so far, we've never once brought her up until now. And what if that thing blows us away? What if that element of the film blows us away? I mean, I don't know.
I
you know
doubt
what's pretty
it.
ironic
But
about the Flash, though? Do you guys know
based
what's
on
pretty
what I've
ironic about it?
What's
Is
that?
It's actually coming out on the 10th-year anniversary of Man of Steel. Actually, do you guys realize that?
Oh, that kind of sucks. Oh, but wait a second.
No. It's
Here's
actually
here's the other question, everyone. If you're doing this, how weak is the story going to be with Reverse Flash and saving his mother when you're packing all these other storylines within Superwoman? You're going to have the Michael Keaton Batman. Shouldn't it have been a standalone movie with him against Reverse Flash versus doing all of
It should have
this?
been Reverse Flash. As a Flash
No,
myself,
you know
the reason
what?
coming from
You know
last
what?
for last decade or so.
I would
it
say
should have been
Reverse Flash. I would say
Or it should have
Reverse
been
Flash.
Captain Cold Heatwave.
You know what?
Well, that was my Flash. The script inside my head before the Flash movie I ever have. It's the Flash versus the Rogues. Him and Captain Cold, Heatwave, Mirror Master, Weather Wizard, Trickster. That was gonna be in the.
You know what the issue with that though is, and this is what I'm going to say to Sean too. You know what the issue with that whole thing though, Sean, is that it's the show. I think that the show's been running for so long, seeing this movie so long, they were probably screaming like, "How do we make this movie different from the TV show?" And they're like,
I'll tell you one
"Go
thing.
big with
I'll
multiverse
tell you
and
one
other
thing.
characters."
Brandon Miller as Captain Cold was perfect.
Yeah, they were great, and that's what I say. Like the movies, the Flash movie I wanted was in the TV show. The Rogue, Gorilla Grodd, the Reverse Flash, they were all in the show.
They're all in
Pretty
the TV
much
show.
Every movie, every movie.
They had good Flash characters
Tom
in
Cavanaugh.
the universe that might have worked good with Ezra.
Tom
like,
Cavanaugh.
And then
Captain
bring back-
Boomerang and isn't King Shark?
King Shark,
King Shark is King
They
Shark's
would
not
work
really a
good
Flash
off
villain.
Ezra.
And they even brought back John Wesley Shipp as Barry's dad, then Jay Garrick, and then his Flash for the '90s show.
Yeah.
And okay, that's what I wanted in the Flash movie, and they did that in the ninth season on the show.
I mean, I'm just
They
saying,
still had
even
every villain of his. Every
James
villain.
Gunn and the Suicide Squad had some characters that would have been great with
And
the
they
Flash.
they did Flashpoint in the show too.
Which it wasn't
Yeah, they
good.
did. They did.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't. I mean,
I didn't like how they did
dude, holy shit,
Flashpoint in that episode.
everybody, I wanted to really so guys, Man of Steel came out in 2013.
Yeah.
By the time the Flash comes out, it will be 10 years until that Man of Steel
Well,
is released. It's kind of
Here's
poetic,
another
actually.
thing. Here's another thing. When the Flash series, when the Flash TV, the Flash movie was announced, it was a week after the Flash TV show premiere on the CW, and this year, the Flash is going on its final season. We
Yeah.
finally getting the movie.
yeah, it's weak. It's weak.
Yeah.
That's
it's ending
actually
the
pretty
same
poetic,
year, the same
actually. You
week
know,
as the
so whatever
movie.
happens
Yeah,
to
that's
this
funny.
movie, you know, there will be like some like thematic, like poetic, like irony to it. You know what I mean, fellas?
So
You know-
again, a
You know,
funeral.
I will say this: the one thing that could help it is because they're wrapping up the Flash on TV, and we already have seen in the crossover event that Ezra Miller shows up one time and talks to him. What if they throw his ass in the show for some sort of cameo thing again as self-promotion for the movie, and everybody goes
I don't
nuts.
really think CW would do that.
Hey, go see my movie.
I didn't think they would put him in the multiverse
Yeah, me too.
crossover.
I think it.
Sean, I don't think anybody
Flash
saw
wants
that.
to- I don't even think the Flash TV series wants to have anything to do with the Flash.
I don't think anybody saw Ezra Miller. in
Well,
that.
the other question
anymore.
is, do they want anything to do with Ezra Miller because of the controversy?
Dude, Ezra Miller is done after this movie, guys.
he was-
I don't know how many
he was
fucking
kind
times-
of
Grant is friend.
He might be
Grant is
right
friends with
because
him. Yeah, he's friends with
the
Ezra.
Flash show did get rid of that guy who played.
Yeah, they've already gotten rid of actors who have been seen as problematic. So
Yeah,
tweet
but,
from 10
but
years
they're-
ago
they're,
that shouldn't
they're
even matter.
not going to get rid of Ezra Miller, and I'll tell you why. I said it the other night. It's the Peacemaker bit. That was James Gunn. He brought Aquaman and he brought Ezra Miller in, and Ezra Miller, he bragged about Ezra Miller improving for 18 minutes and just doing multiple takes of all different conversations about the having sex with the fish. And they said it was hysterical. Now, why would he even go there with this guy? He likes Ezra Miller. And you have to admit, it seems like everyone else didn't have a problem with Ezra Miller. Jason Momoa seems to like him. Everyone seems to like him. He may have problems outside of it, but his work ethic may be amazing and fun to be around on set. But James Gunn would not have done that with them, and specifically the banter between Ezra Miller and Aquaman dropping the F-bomb and all this kind of stuff. Man,
I
come on.
think James Gunn is very good at covering his tracks. That's all I'm gonna say here. I think James Gunn is very good at covering up what he actually thinks. That's all I'm gonna say. And I respect him for that. We've seen that for the last couple of weeks. He's saying, Henry Cavill, we're not going to focus. We're going to work with him in the future. Ben Affleck, but he's not going to be Batman. But we want him to direct a movie, and these are just kind of I don't know. I find it highly unlikely that Ezra Miller will be a part of the DCU going forward. I'm sorry.
I think it's possible if it makes good money, but I don't think the Flash is going
Yeah,
to make good money.
what I wanted to say.
Okay, well, what about Aquaman make $1 billion and
I
Jason
don't think
Momoa
this
might
one's
be.
making anywhere near close to the.
Yeah. Okay. Can I say
Yeah.
one thing about Aquaman 2? I've heard that one is not very good.
Come on,
they've been doing
goodness.
massive
Well,
reshoots for it. So
The first Aquaman
it's been
wasn't.
being retooled like Doctor Strange too, which I actually.
Well,
really
you
like.
haven't heard James Wan talk at all during
Yeah.
all of this stuff.
He's a professional.
I think
I was hoping
there's more talk of James Wan of other stuff than Aquaman 2.
Well, James
right now.
Wan
busy
is
with
busy
Megan.
getting his new production company with Jason Blum under.
And Paramount,
He's
right?
also
Was it
working
Paramount?
Also,
I mean, he doesn't
One
need to
at a
talk
time,
about it.
one at a
He doesn't
time.
need to talk about it now. It's early.
Yeah.
I guess no, you're right. It is early. It's early before his movie comes out. Yeah.
CJH $2. CW should have made Crisis Movies big event films.
They don't have the money for that.
No.
Yeah, the CW network didn't have the money for that.
What they did,
Crisis
even
Football.
reporters say what they did with those shows is impressive.
Yes, you have to give the
Oh, what
CW
did they
props.
say?
They did the multiverse thing before Marvel did. Okay,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just to respond to Sean's
Yeah.
comment earlier about Ezra, I think because it's a very logical way of looking at it, and I don't disagree with what you're saying because I could see that happening. My only caveat to that is two things. One, I think there's a potential that his higher up, David Zaslav, could overrule him simply because of the potential PR nightmare it could be, regardless if Ezra gets help or not, which I sincerely hope that they get help.
Oh, he has
and
gotten
everything's
help. He is getting better.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is, I sincerely hope that they may not want to continue it with Ezra for that reason. Second thing is, I really think that they're waiting to see what the box office is because the movie doesn't do well. I think he gets overruled. Even if he likes Ezra, he's gonna.
This is a good point, Bruce.
He didn't make the money.
I was going to make that
So-
point too.
Yeah, that's a good point because he might be sympathetic because people accuse him of stuff.
But
all
the third,
time.
but the third thing though is think about it from this. Can you imagine the PR and fan backlash if you get rid of Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, and you recast Jason Momoa, but you keep Ezra? it's not going to be seen as very fair.
I don't
and
know
the
why
fans are
we're
gonna retaliate
Where I
against
brought
that.
up that argument.
And you don't want to start off on the wrong foot. I think you want that clean slate as much as humanly possible
That's
because you
what.
want that fan backlash.
Hey, I that's what Kyle wanted. Either do a full reboot, or hire back Cavill as Superman. I mean,
Now, I think Jarbo made a comment a second ago that flashed up there that James Gunn likes redemption arcs with all of his stuff, and he's
He
not
does
wrong.
like redemption arc.
He's
Yeah,
not
he
wrong. I think
Like a
again,
Peacemaker, the character, yeah.
and again, I've got a video on my channel from way back when he was doing all this stuff and getting in trouble, where I said, he needs help. You got to remember he was also in the Fantastic Beasts franchise too. Warner Brothers, they like him and they want him to succeed and they don't want him in trouble and they're going to try to do everything they can. I don't think it's all about money. I think there's a human aspect to it as well. And I don't want to see the guy, go to jail and hang himself, or whatever, but I also don't want to see him doing drugs and punching, fans out or choking fans out. So.
Well, can you bring up Matt's comment real quick? I understand that, Matt, but here's what I'll say. They literally cannot move forward with Harry Potter as an IP without J.K. Rowling.
Yes.
Ezra Miller doesn't control or own the Flash.
There's a difference there, yeah.
Because J.K. Rowling, whether they agree with her politics or not, you can't do anything film or TV-wise without her consent.
I mean,
that's the deal that she has in place.
It's pretty much like right now with Vince McMahon back to WWE. Now he's gonna try to get he's trying to get control, and he said that because
Jesus Christ,
he's not gonna approve a sale or any TV deals with the WWE unless he goes back being part of the board. That's the same thing with JK, where they got to keep going with the Harry Potter movie.
Well, Vince does have majority ownership of WWE.
Yeah, and
bro, J.K. is gonna write a new book with Harry Potter.
I'm not too worried. I mean, look, Warner Brothers was very successful with Harry Potter, and they're semi-successful depending on which
Honestly,
universe you look at.
Shit about their IP stuff. I just want to see Warner Brothers kind of thrive with is like a studio again, sort of like how Universal is kind of doing right now. With Cocaine Bear of Megan, kind of swing for the fences.
Yeah, but Universal also has this you need franchises to fuel the stuff that you want.
Do, but that shouldn't be everything.
Well, Universal got friendly.
It doesn't have to be everything, but you have the problem that Warner Brothers has had is that their franchises were never operating at the level that they should be, and because of that, it hurt their other films because they're not being able to put as much into them as they would have liked. You have to operate on all cylinders to trickle it down.
Well, the Christopher Nolan Batman films were very, very successful for Warner Brothers.
Yeah, that was
I'm pretty sure they want to invest. I'm pretty sure they want to invest a lot of money into Dune 2 for this year. You want to promote that movie too?
They also did the Hangover trilogies. That was very successful.
The first one was good. The second, they got he's actually got Phil.
They killed the Matrix. We need another Hangover movie.
I mean,
the Matrix franchise. Whether the other ones were. They made money even though they
Warner
weren't
Brothers has a lot of properties coming out this year, like Willy Wonka, Creed, Dune 2. All the DC movies, there's a lot of stuff.
Did they still own the right for Wizard of Oz? I think they might do a franchise.
Yes, they do. Yes.
Yes, they do.
And there's several books that's not just on the Wizard of Oz. They might do a franchise.
Yeah, but I thought the Wizard of Oz was MGM.
It is Wizard of Oz is a weird case. It's owned by multiple studios. There's certain
so weird.
I think Warner Brothers owns the rights to the classic film, and MGM owns the rights to the books.
Because the books came out in 1930 something, so technically they're almost public domain.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, that might be an issue.
Honestly, I'm just kind of sick of this fucking DC talk, man. You know what I want to talk about is fucking Hitman, Quantum Mania, and Mega.
You're on the wrong channel then.
Blame Max.
I'm sorry.
I mean, there's
Blame Max.
Anyway, I'm gonna head out here in 5 minutes, but before I leave, Jarbo, I want to ask you something. Are you gonna go see Megan this weekend? Because I got tickets to go see it tomorrow, man. I'm fucking hyped. The reviews, 94 on Rotten Tomatoes. That's pretty crazy. Are you gonna see it, Jarbo? Come on. I'm gonna take that as yes.
I think he has terrible.
I think he's looking for a way to call you a cocksucker.
Probably in his car or something.
Oh, jeez. I know he didn't like me. I know he didn't like me, but come on, give me the cold.
Yeah, he's
shoulder,
thinking. I think
man.
he's thinking some clever curse words to say.
It's in the chat.
Jeez.
Oh, wait a minute.
Max.
I don't think
Okay.
that was the real. I don't think
Yeah,
that was the
okay.
real
Yeah.
Jarbo.
All right. Yeah. So the Wizard
was
on
the real Jarbo.
Yeah, I
He got
couldn't remember
trolled.
the date on that. If it was 1930 something, but yeah, public domain.
Yeah,
39,
I think we got
Oh, man,
trolled,
that looked
guys.
like an idiot.
That wasn't
I didn't send them the link, and I didn't. Think
That's
he
what I was about
gonna
to say.
put it on.
I didn't
No,
send
the
the
link is in.
I
is
didn't, I
in the
didn't put them on.
membership.
I think it was
You
Mark.
put it in public, man.
I got it.
No,
I
I swear.
typed that in.
No, I didn't send the link. I swear, I didn't send it to nobody. I'm just saying.
No, I need to put him on the show. Oh, I was like, I don't think
There was no way that oh man, I was excited to see like another like
See?
flame war.
that's rational.
Well, Disney owns the rights. Universal owns some of it. Everybody owns everything. They own
Oh yeah, I forgot Disney did the Oz Wave Powerful. I forgot about
Well,
that.
I would.
Oz
While
Wave
Non-Kino's here, I would
Yeah,
like to get
back in
your insight on this part.
Sean said him like 50 times. What
No,
what is that? in the
geez,
comments? What's he talking about? I don't even.
What?
I don't know. Non-Kino about all these trades saying, well, maybe they're going to keep Ezra. I think it's just the Flash PR trying to get positive buzz. We'll see what happens. Just go buy your ticket. We'll see.
That's pretty much it. Like we've had this like conversation for like 5 times over the last 10 minutes. It's like, look, they're not gonna say he's gone until after the fucking movie. Like anybody with a brain would know that. I'm sorry. I mean, it makes sense. There's no way. It would be like immoral to like keep Ezra Miller on. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't think it'd be immoral. I just think if it makes
If
money
they
or
keep
not.
Ezra and nobody else, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Also, hi, Dio. Welcome to the show. No one's
Hi,
forgetting.
everyone.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Were you Jarbo?
Cancel the.
No. That was rational. I'm pretty sure.
Rational,
know
you
how I
bastard.
would-
You made me look stupid on stream.
Yeah,
man.
that was.
What the fuck?
Listen,
Was that
numbnuts.
you?
Listen, numbnuts.
Listen, you
Here's
numb-
the difference that you get on MME. If we make errors, we don't. It's not intentional. We're not. I mean, we have to get to a point in
Listen,
society.
I've
where
been-
we
I've
wanna-
been trying
we
very hard.
Yeah,
to use
we
the correct
want to
pronouns,
try
so.
to accommodate people's pronouns.
Oh,
and
that's
the
what the
goal.
that's what the Sean
my
says
God, they-
him
that-
like
yeah.
50
Sorry.
times. Oh, I
Okay,
forget
yeah,
he's
I
a
forgot
they.
about that.
Yeah.
Sorry, the
Yes,
They.
so it's not. That's the difference that you get here between geeks and gamers. We're not intentionally trying to use improper pronouns. It's just
Guys-
an error. We're
guys,
all
in-
learning. You know,
In April, I turned 48. Man, it's really hard to rewire your brain for
I mean,
that
it's
shit.
just,
I'm just
Sean,
letting you
it's
know. I'm
it's
trying my best.
It's as simple as that.
John,
it's
don't
like
get
you don't
canceled on
use it.
stream, man.
Intention is really what's important with
Yeah.
pronouns. Like, are you doing it on purpose or is it
No,
an
dude,
error?
I
It's
just forget he's a
yeah.
they. I just said it again. I said he's a
They,
they. I forgot.
They,
dude.
them.
What do you
I
say?
apologize.
What do
I
you
should
say?
have
How do you word that? Like how you said that? Like
I
I
didn't realize I was doing that.
I mean, I'm
didn't.
still trying to say Elliot
Ezra
Page. It
is
says
they.
Elliot Page. I keep saying it's Elliot Page. Elliot Page.
Oh, I
Page.
saw. Oh my god, I saw a stupid stream today, a video on somebody's channel that it made up a bullshit rumor that Elliot Page is running for Superman.
No, you know. I think
I'm,
that's
I'm not joking.
I mean, she could be the. God damn it!
Ah, see,
Fucked up,
see,
buddy. You're fucked up.
Fuck
Senor
me.
nerd, what are you
Fuck
doing?
me, man. I'm gonna be 36 April
4K.
too.
Well, no. I mean, that it's as simple. We don't have to make it more complicated than it is. My intention is to use it. I mess up. Sorry, that's it.
Yeah, okay. I apologize. I will.
No,
follow them.
don't need to go overboard apologizing. Let's just move
I'm
on.
sorry. I'm an American. I'm a Canadian. You know?
Hey, I used to have a thing for the former Elliot Page, and now it's weird when I look at him. I'm like, that's weird because I used to think about that.
That was
It
Kate's
throws
pride.
me off
Oh,
every
Kate
single time I
Pride.
watch
No.
Juno.
Just saying. I mean, it's just like it's
Elliot,
confusing.
good looking.
He is a
Man,
good
I
looking
guess.
man.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Cool. What other DC stuff you want to talk about? Like, do you guys want to talk about the fucking CW Flash?
No.
Final
No.
season?
I
Why
mean,
not?
I'm happy it's getting a finale. People
Stephen Amell
like
coming back, yo. Isn't that
Yeah,
cool?
that makes me even more
narrative
mad,
against me
but
that
I understand why.
Accept mantles being moved on. I can. It's just I want to see a
But which character though? Which character?
Do you guys think that like
He's
the
dead.
Flash will set up like? Do you think the Flash will be the one that gives Barry the lightning? That'd be kind of cool. It would kind of.
I don't think they're trying. I don't know.
I mean, that would be the best way.
Okay.
That would be the best way to.
I haven't seen the CW for years. I remember. Is Diggle Green Lantern?
Supposed to be.
No, he was supposed to be,
Remember,
but
he,
Warner
okay, I
Brothers
saw. So
at that
I didn't
Thanks,
see.
time
Bianca.
just
We miss you, Bianca. We miss
He
you on
got
the
the
show.
ring, but nothing happened.
I
Like,
know. I
nothing
saw the
became-
clip. So I saw. Okay, so I know that Oliver Queen died, and then in Diggle's eulogy, he was going through other things, and it shows him he's holding something, and it's a green glowing light hitting his face.
I'll
I
be
was
right
like,
back, my dogs.
Yes.
and I know there was like speculation that he's John Diggle Stewart or John Stewart Diggle, something like that. That he's John Stewart.
John Diggle Stewart.
He was, yeah, nothing really came out of it. He was supposed to be technically the next Green Lantern, but
Yeah, because I thought they were going to do a spin-off show.
Yeah.
But once the CW network was sold, all that stuff's been scrapped. That's
And
why they're
that
just
wa-
trying to finish up.
I know that Diggle is it's this like what's it Gotham High? He's supposed to like
we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
that
Gotham Knights, you mean?
No, it's a other. I don't think it's the same. It's the same show. It's like Diggle's like a headmaster of this college, of this high school full of super.
Oh, that's Superman and Lois you're talking about. Yeah, that's Superman and Lois you're talking about. Yeah.
No, it's something. It's like it's like
No, there was another thing that they were trying to develop. I think all that's gone away, though, right? No,
Gotham. No, Gotham.
Oh yeah.
Gotham Knights is still on. Gotham Knights happening.
Well, that's gonna catch up to one season.
Has anybody even watched that? Is that any good? The Gotham
not even
Knights
out
thing?
yet. It's
No,
not out
they
yet.
haven't
Gotham
come out
Knights.
yet.
I see. What's his
So
name?
weird.
What's his name? Cassian from Supernatural.
Yeah, he's Two-Face. Yeah,
He's
Harvey
playing
Dent.
Harvey. Yeah, he's playing Harvey. Dent.
Yeah,
Oh,
After
and-
Batman's supposedly dead.
they're saying Justice You in the.
That's what I say.
comments.
Justice You with Diggle as like the headmaster.
What the hell?
How do you have Harvey Dent Two-Face after Batman's dead? Apparently, like how do you do that?
This is why CW's crap.
Yeah, but the Arrow fought Ra's al Ghul
See, we're
before
talking about
Batman
CW,
did
right?
because they
Because they
didn't
try
have
to
the
make him
right.
like they try to make him like Batman.
No, they couldn't.
Crap.
No, they couldn't have. No,
They didn't have the right.
They didn't
Saying
have
crap.
the rights.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Batman.
because it's all crap.
Well,
They
then
could use
shut your
Bruce
mouth.
Wayne, but they
Shut
couldn't use
your
Batman.
mouth.
Yeah.
And Bruce Wayne was actually mentioned in
Crap.
the show. He was actually mentioned in the
Stop
show.
saying crap and get it.
He was. Bruce Wayne was mentioned, but they can't. They could never show
Wayne's was
Batman because Gotham was on the other
Yeah,
network.
Gotham was
Yes.
on. Yeah, it was Fox.
So they had the rights. So
You know what's
yeah.
funny? That Superman Lois was the 17th most watched DC show behind
Oh,
Peacemaker.
man,
at number 12.
I only watched a couple episodes. Couldn't get into it.
It was like
No.
like the 17th most watched
look,
DC
see?
show. That's crazy.
1990.
What is this?
John Wesley Snipes looks like the perfect Flash that could be in the movies.
I don't
What is
know. This looks a little cheesy. There's
It is
certain
cheesy. It's the 90s.
It's the Flash. He's
It's
supposed to
the
look.
same
That
suit.
suit is padded to be damned.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
well, no,
no,
I mean,
what-
I did a movie with John Wesley Shipp, and he's a great guy. And he
Yeah.
actually, if you take
He's a
off
good
that
guy.
costume,
He's
he
an
looks
amazing
a
guy.
lot like that. He's pretty ripped.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
He
Yeah.
is
I
ripped.
just think the thing on his face, like the little pointy things, could have been
Well,
better.
that's the
back-
comics.
well,
That's
that's
like,
1990s, bro. Yeah. That's
well, no, that's how the Flash look like in the comics. I think that's more like the Wally West Flash.
I'll be honest, I don't like the new Flash suit at all. This one
I
over
do.
here. As much as I don't like the Snyder suit, I feel like the Snyder suit feels more practical than this thing that he did.
Well, because Zach
We
made
gotta see it in
sure
action,
to have
though, you
practical.
know
Which one?
Well,
What if
Zach
you
made sure
get
to have
this
practical
suit in his weird ass run? I'm sorry.
Oh,
That actually,
That combination?
I think they're going to abandon that run. I don't think they're
I
going to do
don't-
that.
I
anymore.
don't. I don't know. That was
Well,
actually
that-
Ezra's
that-
decision, right?
That was
No,
his
Jimbo,
decision to
no.
do something like that. That
No,
was his
Jimbo.
decision.
Isn't it like more? I thought
No,
there was
Jimbo,
something
no,
behind
Jimbo,
it, like
no.
it was more logical. Like that's like potentially like how it was
No.
something would actually run if this thing was real or something. Like I thought I saw something
know.
on it. Like there's a reason behind.
No,
it
Ezra
running.
Ezra Miller pitched it to Zach, and Zach's like, okay, sure, you could, whatever. I guess.
Okay,
And,
but
yeah, he made
that-
he wanted to start like that.
So that run was also in Justice League, the Joss Whedon Justice League.
Are you
And,
I can't even hear you. What?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah,
under
it's like-
pillow, bro? Holy Jesus!
and
It's like
You're under
underwater or
pillow, bro.
something.
what's going on?
You sound like this. Woo, 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 woo. Like you
You
can't
sound
hear
like you're underwater or something.
You guys excited to see Ant-Man?
Yes, I'm excited for him, man.
Yeah, I mean, I heard it had a great test screening back in like July, but I haven't heard of like any other test screening stuff. You know,
I'm excited
Marvel
too, man.
doesn't
I'm sick
do
of the
that
test
much
screening
test
talk. I don't
screenings
believe
that much.
anything. Like it doesn't matter.
I review a movie based on my experience and how I see it, not on a test screening.
Wolfgang Novogratz should be Superman.
I heard of that guy before.
Who
He
is
looks
that?
a little
And,
young.
and guys, Max, stop retweeting that stupid Twitter account about Austin Butler, Superman, and Cindy Sweetie as Lois
Yeah,
Lane,
it's
please,
fake as
What?
fuck.
please.
No.
No,
Max,
I'm gonna
Max,
retweet what I
Max.
want.
Austin Butler is in the running for the Human Touch. He's now playing.
I know. He's in the running for every role right
Cindy,
now.
Cindy Sweetie could be Power Girl though.
It's
That's messed up, Aaron.
I know.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's-
What's wrong with you?
it's possible he could be in the running. He's Warner Brothers.
I mean,
No,
He's,
he's
he's
not
in the
gonna
running
play
right now.
Superman.
Well, he
for
has
John-
worked with Warner Brothers, right?
Well, he's in the running right now for Johnny
Elvis.
Storm. So
Yeah,
He's
Dune
in
and
the-
Elvis.
Yeah,
Warner
Austin
Brothers.
Butler and stuff like that. Actually, you know, like, I gotta tell you, dude, like the stuff from Fantastic Four I'm hearing is actually sounds pretty cool. I mean, it's public knowledge now, but there's like stuff about the Silver Surfer, and there's like stuff about Adam Driver being
okay.
involved.
Well, I got this from
What's
like
that, you know?
Grace. Grace, she does have her scoop. She says that the director wants the Fantastic Four to be more comic accurate. And the director is looking for a Jewish actor for Ben.
yeah, that's the right move to go.
That all checks out, actually. I know, but the
Actually-
movie sounds really
actually-
cool.
Sean
Yeah.
I have no-
CGH wants to know what you
I have
think
no
of
problem-
this as
I have no-
Clark Kent.
If they want, okay, if they want a Jewish actor,
What,
for Ben,
this
how come
guy-
they
this
can't-
g-
how come
this
they
guy
can't get a
here?
Jewish-
Yeah.
I'm
Actually, I have a better image. Hold
I'll
on.
tell you exactly.
Max, go
I'll tell
to
you.
Twitter.
I'll say it's about Ben Grimm, guys. I have no problem with a Jewish actor for Ben Grimm, but
I
they
wouldn't
couldn't say
mind.
the
He's-
same
he's-
for
We're
Moon
not talking
Knight.
about Big Red.
All right, one at a time,
Yeah.
everyone. Okay,
I'll
go
tell you why this guy sucks.
Is it the guy at Barista?
No, you want to know why this guy sucks? No blue eyes.
Oh,
They
you
can,
want
they can
to-
CGI those things and get
Well,
out
Nah,
of there.
screw that.
So
Screw
you
that.
bring it
Because
up.
They do contact
they
I
gave,
just-
they
I
gave
just-
Brandon
I do
Routh
like the
contact lenses, and it looked terrible.
Yeah, it
And
did look
I don't-
terrible.
get a guy who's got blue eyes. Period.
That
Whatever.
look terrible.
Well,
I don't even like Superman Returns, but his
I
blue
do
eyes
like
wasn't
the
bad.
name. I
His
do like
blue
the name
eyes
Wolf-
looked terrible when they did close-ups. It was
but
obvious
What are
it
you
was
talking
I like the
about?
contacts.
name. I like Wolfgang. The name.
Well, again, I mean,
Yeah,
they,
he got a cool name, but he don't have blue eyes. And he
Oh
looks
my
like he should
God.
be serving me a chai latte at Starbucks. He
Okay, if
doesn't
we're
look
going by
like
that
Oh, that's
logic,
mean,
Wolverine
Sean,
should not be
come
6
on.
feet tall. Hugh
That's too
Jackman should not have
mean.
been Wolverine because he's
I
6 feet
agree.
tall.
That's
I
Jarbo,
agree.
Max.
I agree.
No, it's not Jarbo.
Is that not Jarbo?
No.
It's not
The
Jarbo
only, the
now.
only actor, okay, so not the Wolfgang, but
It's
the only
Garbo, his evil
actor-
twin brother.
The only
It's his
actor
twin
I,
brother Garbo.
Who's the?
okay, he
I
looks
think it
like-
looks. I think it looks
I think
great
it's
here.
fine.
Well, he looks a
Bro,
little
Bro,
bit.
why is he
looks
wearing the
alright.
Man of Steel suit,
He looks
bro?
pretty good.
Oh my
That's
God.
not the Man of Steel
Steel
suit. That's like a
Clearly, look
concept.
at the logo. Look at the look
Yeah,
at
it's,
that.
it's fan art. It's fan art.
The logo,
but-
the logo looks
No,
similar.
it looks like
Trust.
the,
All right, you said trust me, bro, in the private chat. I'm booting.
Trust me,
That's
bro.
not him. Yeah,
As soon
no,
as you say
definitely
trust
not
me,
him.
bro.
Trust me, bro. He doesn't say trust me, bro.
That's definitely
Trust me,
rational.
bro. All right,
yeah,
trust me, bro.
Sharo. He said
No,
bro.
isn't he like a TV actor? Like,
Well, he's a younger actor who's just getting into the business. I know he's been mostly on streaming stuff lately. so-
bro. So he only
He'd be
cost.
fucking perfect. to play
He only
Superman.
costs like $200,000 just to put.
Yeah,
him on.
if they pick him, he's cheap. So
Okay.
Yeah, dude,
Um,
I think he'd be a good choice. You know, like.
well, I
you
wanted
gotta
to
see
ask real
actor.
quick because I know things are getting chaotic and I don't know how much longer we're going to go. But
Yeah,
Max,
that's
I wanted to
fine.
ask you, what do you think about the hashtag sell Zack
Oh
Snyder's
my
Justice League to
God,
Netflix?
bro.
Oh, yeah, I
That's
saw
a
that.
fucking
Which is
kill
the
me.
new? It's the new campaign
Oh,
to
God.
fucking
get
kill.
Netflix to
fucking
buy
people.
or the rights to the Snyderverse to do
Now,
DC
guys,
content on Netflix.
I've got an inside. You know, my friend is a film finance manager at Netflix. they're pulling back on spending.
Absolutely.
They're not doing that. Would not even be in the
They
equation.
wouldn't make anything off that.
Okay, hey, Sean, before
so wait,
we
hold on,
ask
real
them,
quick,
Shaq,
because
can I ask
Sean.
you one thing, Sean?
What's
Yeah,
that?
go ahead.
Are they making Red Notice 2 and the Gray Man 2? Because if they're not, I'm gonna fucking riot. You know,
I don't know, but I thought the Gray Man was terrible, but that's okay.
I think Gray Man probably not. Because
And Red Notice was just another bland.
Wait, real quick though.
I
This
really
is
fell
very
asleep.
important,
I don't
guys.
fall asleep during movies, but Red Notice, I fell asleep.
I got to put Sean on full screen here. Sean, can you exclusively report that Netflix will not buy the rights to the Snyderverse?
Yes.
Okay.
They have a Snyderverse. It's called Rebel Moon.
So they won't even talk to Warner Brothers Discovery about licensing out Zach's versions of those characters or nothing.
Do people really okay? The Snyder Cut's already in Netflix in different countries. Do they not realize that shit?
It is. They actually they did a license deal for other countries. It's already
Snyder has a new Snyder. Zack Snyder
but
has
that
a
doesn't
new
mean they're
Snyderverse.
going to buy the IP.
And they're not going to put
Zack
more
Snyder
money
has two-
into it. They're not going to put more money into it to do Justice League 2 and 3 if
Zack
certain people are
Snyder-
thinking that.
Zack Snyder has two Snyderverse
All right.
universes on Netflix.
Okay,
the Army of the
because,
Dead
like,
universe
one time I gotta say
and
this
Rebel
now, I'm gonna
Moon.
say it now.
Can I share
actually
a
like
screen?
Gray Man.
Can I
Yeah,
share
go
a
ahead.
screen?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I like the Gray Man. I apologize,
The only thing
everybody.
is Netflix are.
There's nipples on that suit.
I just want to say that the new suit looks way better than the old one. So I'll take that back.
The-
You know, like
the only-
that new suit looks way better.
The only thing is, I think the lightning bolt should be a little bigger, and I'm going to miss the hood on the cape for the first one.
The lightning bolt is gonna be CGI, so it looks better.
Yeah,
That's the only thing.
yeah.
But I think Netflix has lost so much money that there's talk that Disney could buy Netflix.
No, there's no
No,
way
please
Disney's gonna
don't.
buy Netflix.
But
There's no way.
I'm saying, how the
FTC
hell
would never allow that.
how these idiots believe that
Why
that
does everybody want
can
Disney to buy everything?
No,
So I'm
but
saying-
listen. Disney already has Hulu, and they already have Disney,
Disney-
Plus. They
Disney-
don't
It's
want
like
another
ESPN
streaming platform.
Hey, RJ.
waiting.
RJ. Yes. I have to head out for a second. If you want to keep the stream going and you can have on whoever you want, I just want to head out for a second, okay?
Is
I'll
there
explain
okay?
later.
Let's get Matt
No,
Garbo
everything's
in here.
fine. Yeah, everything's fine.
Wait,
but if you-
let's start a
you can-
flame war.
No. Everyone behave.
I'm kinda
scared.
of you.
No. Nothing's wrong. I'll talk to you later, Bob. I just got to head out for a few minutes. But you can have on Matt too. I'm just gonna head out for a second. Okay. Okay.
Red Notice is the best Netflix movie.
All right,
ever
Daddy's gone. Let's fucking
it's
do it.
not.
Let's fuck shit up.
No.
It's Jarbo. How we doing?
Oh, just.
Oh no, it's actually me. It is actually me.
That's how it was you.
Yeah, this was me. I wasn't lying. You can check the authentication. You can check the free.
Who sent you the link?
I'm not saying who sent me the link. I have my spies. Okay, I have to maintain anonymity.
Why are you being suspicious, Jarvo?
I'm not being. I was literally out like doing deliveries, and then like I got sent a link, and I'm like, all right, I came home.
So
Rational's dead to us.
Yeah, Rational's kind of spooked us. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I saw that. That was pretty funny actually. I was laughing at that because I was listening, but I wasn't watching, and then people like non-Kino's like, Jarbo, let me ask you a question. I'm like, I'm not even in. I'm not even there.
Sorry,
Like,
you know what? I make myself look stupid all the time, right? So
I just thought it was really funny that I'm not even
Get a
there and I have like
W, right?
control over the stream. Like guests are like, let me ask Matt a question. He's not even here, but you know what? He might hear about it through the grapevine.
You know what? I am sorry. All right.
I'm just. Can we just finally acknowledge that I'm awesome and just
You
keep
are
it at
awesome,
that level?
Jarbo. I will say
thank
that.
you.
Awesome.
Yeah,
and
it
terrible.
varies.
It varies. It depends on the day. Have
depends
you
on the
had your
day.
caffeine, sir? Has your butt been powdered?
Absolutely. You know, Jarbo,
Why you
I'm
doing
still gonna try to
infomercial?
get that Eric Weber and like match with you and Eric Weber though. I'm trying to get that thing like put together.
I would make that man so mad his roids would explode.
Dude, it would break the internet. It would absolutely like fucking we would start a new franchise, you know. Like,
Just the
Netflix
fact that he's like,
advice.
no one's gonna see Avatar 2. It's not gonna make a lot of money, and you're just like,
Yeah,
come
but
again?
dude, you know I'm right, bro. You know I'm right, dude. You know I'm
Yeah,
right.
it's,
Jarbo.
he's total like he's just it's a whole weird thing with like the odd levels of like right wing movie punditry,
I
and
wouldn't call him right wing. I'd call him. Like,
oh no,
center.
he definitely right wing. Like he's definitely right of LA's left. All right, let's talk about that. But
I still haven't seen Avatar. guys.
The first one or the second one?
The second one. I still haven't seen the second.
Oh, it's really good.
Well, James Cameron announced today that they're making 3 and 4 and 5 right now.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
dude, Jarbo, we're gonna make that fucking thing happen in 2023. Everybody.
Sure. I don't know. I fight everybody every way, so
Wait,
like,
what
might
if
as
I did
well.
it for like what if the prize was like $200 or like?
How do you even like have
Jarbo's
like
coming next, Jake Paul. And Logan
like
Paul.
for one, I need money, so I would probably like really bring the rhetoric, you know. And then two, no, I mean, how would you even like quantify that? Like, it's, if you want to have a discussion about the merits of everything, that's one thing about it. But it's like,
I'd wing it, you know? Why not? You know?
well, I like
where do my
that.
best work.
It's like I got into a debate the other day about The Last Jedi, and the person I was debating, I don't think fully understood like that how I was approaching it, because like they got really frustrated like halfway through the debate and started like distracting themselves and then getting flustered because they wanted to debate me over the ideological aspect of the movie when I'm talking purely plot points.
I can
You know?
see that. Yeah,
And I thought that was
That's
really
actually a good
interesting.
point. That actually is a good point to like consider there. But dude, I don't know. I think it would be a very fruitful discussion. You know, there'd be a lot of shouting. There'd be a lot of things. It'd be entertaining to watch. You know, like, come on. Would you tell me out from the outside? Would you not want to at least check out 5 minutes of it, even if it's a complete disaster? though?
No, I mean, I would,
5 minutes of what? What are we talking
of
about?
me versus Eric Weber, who is
would
a
be fucking
movie
awesome.
pundit.
Oh, I don't
It would
even
be
know who
absolutely
Eric
awesome.
Weber is.
That's okay. No one does. He's no, he's like this weird. He's kind of like adjacent to Chris Gore, and
He's
the
not
way,
as bad as Chris Gore, though.
no,
not
but
as
he's
bad.
got really bad opinions, and
is-
or I should say, I don't want to say bad. Let's say ill-informed, illogical, remedial with a hard R. Something about like,
All
but he
right.
was talking about Avatar and like its box office, and he was so wrong, it's painful. And then he was just being really kind of dickish about it, but like not in a funny way.
I do think him and Grace Randolph will make the perfect couple, though. I mean, it would be
Oh.
bad for humanity, but I think they're perfect for each other.
I mean, Grace has admitted to being straight, so maybe there's a chance.
I think more people. I mean, I know I admit when I'm wrong. I do, and I have, and I think more people should do that when they get it wrong and
But
just
you
be
know
like,
what's really
"Ah,
good
I
to
got
talk
it wrong.
about?
The hell with it. Move on."
I've
You know?
talked to this guy a couple of times, but Scott Mans is actually really cool, and like he does this great podcast with Matt Nelgley from the Next Mr. Podcast. They're a great group of people to talk about films about and a wide variety of like film stuff. So Scott Mans, I know he's had some controversy in the past, but he's a pretty cool guy. You know, he's the guy that did CHA. I know he has his like things in the past, but you know. I don't know.
Oh yeah, like isn't that like all embroiled in controversy about
Not
finances
really.
and stuff?
Not as much anymore. I don't know. I don't know the full story, but like he's actually pretty cool to talk to, just solely based on like the interactions I've had. He's been pretty cool, but you know, whatever. I don't know. I mean, same with Eric Weber too, but I don't know.
I wanted to
just-
ask
I'll make this there.
real quick, because I know Matt has his stream to do in a little bit.
Yeah, not for a while.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh,
either
nice.
way, I wanted to ask, just to get back on topic, what you thought about the topic of the Flash stuff. I guess like the suit reveal and all that.
The suit's kind of lame. I'm still gonna go see the movie.
Am I the only one that likes the suit?
Well, I kind of like I like
just
the way
I
it
don't
looked
the
in the
helmet.
Snyder cut. To be
I don't
honest
like
with
the-
you,
I don't like the helmet. The helmet's the biggest issue for me.
The helmet's weird, man.
It does look like a penis.
Wait,
Well-
what? It looks like a penis.
Oh, you're talking about the thing on the top of the helmet.
Yeah, the vein.
I didn't see that. For me, it just looks real. It's got a glossy look to it. It looks plasticky. It just looks cheaply made. But I'm assuming they'll enhance it with special effects and CGI, and then it won't look like that on screen. But for whatever reason, when it's not moving, and especially that one photo that Warner Brothers, when they were putting up all the costumes at that event, the costume just looks cheap.
It looks
It looks
very
like
thick.
really thick foam. I don't know, man.
I mean,
I
a
feel
lot
like
of
they
it is
could've
going to
done a better
be
job.
visually accentuated. You know,
Absolutely, absolutely.
So
Let me ask you this, Matt. Do you think Ezra's going to continue or no?
Fuck no.
yes, I do actually. I do.
Really? You
Yeah, I
do?
do too.
Wow.
I do. Well, for one, what we're talking about here is we still have like 6 months until the movie comes out. Ezra has not been in the conversation for quite some time.
Yeah.
As the marketing starts to ramp up, yeah, they're going to heavily focus on Batman at first because that is going to get the near boomers to come on in.
Yep.
You know, I was like 7 when Batman 89
With
came out.
Ben
I remember
Affleck?
seeing. I don't think
talking
no,
about
I thought Keaton. Because the thing is, Keaton's been a big draw for this, and the fallout over the Batgirl cancellation is going to be another big draw. Because I agree with Non-Kino that move fundamentally hurt the studio. Like,
wait, you agree with me on something?
I do. I was surprised as well. I had to pull over and like check my pulse, and it was wild.
That's crazy.
It was wild.
To be fair, I mean, we agree on a lot of stuff, actually, Jarbo. Like more.
I know, but as soon as I start agreeing with Sean, you know I'm fucked.
Really? Yeah. So like, you know, it's okay
No,
to agree with Sean, but
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You have to.
But it's like
your morals.
No. I like Sean. He's fine. Just like giving him a hard time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're not going back into that conversation. Yeah, you know, we're not gonna. We're not gonna like. Yeah, we're not gonna bust our nut on that one, guys. No blowing loads tonight. No, we're good.
Tonight.
We're good.
Okay, moving on.
Might trigger some people.
What happened with your audio? It's like a fucking like robot shit. Like, what's going on there?
Whose audio?
Who audio?
It's like there's like a buzz, you know. It's just kind of like.
I don't know.
Back to normal there.
I mean, there's 10 people in here, and
back to the Flash though, because I want to hear what Jarbo's saying about.
Well, I'm just saying, the way I look at it is like Ezra, you know, everything you've been hearing about this so far is that Ezra is actually like really good. And RJ is right. Ezra is playing two main parts, potentially a third if that's to be
Dark
I don't know.
Flash.
I have no idea what's going to happen. And quite frankly, I'm trying to avoid scoops on a lot of things now because I'm tired of not being surprised. You know, I'm tired of I want to just be surprised when I go in to see this stuff. And so you got that. And then, like I said in the chat there, James Gunn went through his own redemption arc. He loves underdog stories. He likes to be able to tell those kind of stories, and that means something that's a lot to him. So Ezra is like the perfect case study for that, and he's in a position to actually do that. Like he's in to quote Robert Downey Jr. and to sadly take something from a certain Mr. Slappy Signor. The hugging the cactus conversation that Robert Downey Jr. had about Mel Gibson, about how Mel Gibson was the one who paid for Robert Downey Jr.'s insurance when he was uninsurable in Hollywood.
Yep.
And so, and then he says that, you know, Mel Gibson had to hug the cactus, like own up to your faults and everything. And that's
actually pretty like heartwarming.
And that could be what happens here. Cause let's be realistic. Shit. What has Ezra Miller done like that we can really look at and go, this is criminal? There's the theft of the booze.
Yeah, it's the theft of 2 bottles of wine.
Something like it's like 2-3 bottles, but it's the value. It's all about the value, the monetary value.
Well, like what is that? $10,000 value?
Over 500 is a felony. Over 500 is a felony.
I would say I think the issue when it comes to Ezra, based on everything that's happened, charges or no charges, it's an issue of morality, I guess. And also
is it
because,
RJ?
Well, I would mention it's because potentially that a minor might have been involved, and that complicates the situation.
Before we go down that road, one thing we've never heard is his side of things. Now he had been what they called harboring a woman and some kids on his property from an abusive ex-husband, and the only person talking in the trades was the ex-husband. Okay. And so like we're not hearing what he said. And the only other thing that he did kind of crazy was call out the KKK and said, "Come at me, I got guns."
There was also the incident where Ezra threw a chair and struck a woman on the head, cutting her open. There was that too, and there was the incident.
But that got settled.
Police video
that got settled already.
And so did the other thing with the choking out the girl in Iceland. That got settled too. So like they all dropped charges and settled. The only thing that's pending is this the bottles, 2 bottles, and who hasn't swiped bottles of, you know, when you're drunk? I mean, who hasn't stolen bottles of wine?
Yeah, but Sean, are you confessing to a crime on live stream?
No, I'm not confessing to a crime, but it was funny. I just saw a video the other day on TikTok of one of the guys from Star Trek Enterprise, an actor, and he was talking about how he thought he was getting fired from the show because they had a wrap party and they had it catered, and he went and took 2 really expensive bottles of wine and snuck out the back door. And then they called him the next day, and he thought, like the executives, and he thought he was getting fired. and then they were calling him just to tell him that they changed his character name from Spike to whatever the character's name is now on, or was on Enterprise.
Right.
But I mean, when you're hearing him swiping, bottles, you're like, oh, that's the guy from Star Trek, was stealing bottles from a rap party, and he wasn't supposed to. And I'm just like, dude, the guy was drunk. He was at a party. And then you hear stories about, kids, writing with a Sharpie on the bottles of their dad's liquor in the cabinet, and filling it with water to make sure, I'm just saying shit happens. And like that does not seem like a big deal.
Okay, well, here's what I don't understand about about this speculation that he's coming back. Put the Ezra accusations aside for a minute, because that's not what we're talking about. Won't this set a bad precedence if this is the only thing that he's keeping from the old era of the DCEU? Like, what are we basing
no
this
one's
off
gonna
of?
care, DL.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, okay, okay. If nobody's gonna
Actually, I would care. I think that'd be a horribly crazy
Terminally online people who spend every day talking about this will give a fuck. You go to Oklahoma and you ask a person, say, hey there, buddy, do you seem to care about the Flash sticking around that Ezra Miller fella? Well, he got himself in some trouble, goddammit, but
RJ,
sort it out there.
Rebel is right. The general audience won't care.
I understand that, but I'm talking about you're getting
One at a
rid of-
time, guys. One at a time.
My point being, though, you're getting rid of Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, Ben Affleck, but you're keeping Ezra Miller of all people.
Because that's going to make money.
You forgot
RJ.
Jason Momoa.
That's
Wait
gonna.
a minute.
One at a time, guys. But here's the thing: we don't know how the end of the Flash movie ends, right?
It's already out there, guys. It's already out there.
What I'm saying
No.
is, if it ends in a way that like it can excuse the fact that they got rid of the others, and he keeps going forward because how the timeline split, then maybe that's the solution.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what
But
they're
it's
banking.
also a big if, though, on if it's going to make any money. How much money do they expect this movie to make to where it's viable to keep Ezra?
Yeah, I mean, the general audience, doesn't understand all the stuff we complain about.
Okay,
what if they kill off Michael Keaton's Batman?
Probably the biggest
I
mistake
don't think
in
they're gonna do
history
that.
of Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
If it's done well, like it would be fine. It would be closure for the fans. That's the whole point. Like it's.
I see that. I can see that.
I mean, if it's him saving someone that's important, I could.
Were you going to say something? I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So, if we're basing this off of financial success, they think The Flash is just going to be this really big movie that's going to make a lot of money, and people are going to forget about all the Ezra situations. Okay, what if Shazam is financially successful? What if Blue Beetle is financially successful? And what if we forgot that the first Aquaman made $1 billion? What if the second movie, it probably won't make $1 billion again? We never know. But what if that's a huge success too? Do they have to go back and be like, okay, you know what? Maybe we should go back and try to incorporate Shazam, Blue Beetle, and Aquaman in there too. If that's just as successful.
Okay, so let me talk about this real quick though, right? You also have to understand what part of James Gunn's job is right now. James Gunn's job as co-chair of the studio, and Sean will definitely agree with me on this one, is to oversee the finalization and the release of these films, which means that they are going to, while they're waiting for these to come out, Shazam 2 is already locked. That's basically already done. There's not much they can do with that. They can tweak some stuff in The Flash. They can maybe shoot a post-credit scene. They still have 6 months to go. Aquaman 2 could potentially change. I've said this before. I think what we're going to get is I think The Flash is going to be moved back to December and Aquaman is going to go back up to June.
No, I don't see that too.
I
have a Super Bowl fucking trailer out. I think they got to get locked there, man. Because these fucking shifting dates has got to stop, dude.
But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter
to the general audience. They don't care.
It doesn't matter
about the general audience.
The audience doesn't give a shit. It's like, look, you can argue decent release dates of certain times, right? But it's all about what they're going to be going up against, not when they're coming out. We're outside of the. I spent 15 years working in movie theaters, like watching like the dead months and the busy months and everything else. We live in a post dead month world. If a good movie comes out, word of mouth will move the needle. At this point, everything we've heard about The Flash as a movie is golden.
Yeah,
I
is
think
golden.
I think when they started comparing it in the last 24 hours or so to The Dark Knight is just ridiculous. I can't even.
Oh,
say
that's
that.
I hate when they do that. That's
fucking
everything.
DC movie. It's
I
like, oh,
mean-
better
They do
than
that
The
to
Dark
every
Knight.
movie.
Yeah, that's
But
ridiculous.
that's the question. How much of this, oh, the movie's supposedly really good, it's just the marketing speak from inside? Because remember, Warner Brothers executives loved a lot of movies that they quickly abandoned and said, oh, well, we don't want to touch that.
But that's also previous people at a previous, like 2 regimes ago.
But no, what I'm saying is that when it comes to the Flash test scores and like the reactions within the studio, we were hearing it was very good back with the old regime too. That they
Yeah,
really
and that
liked
hasn't
it.
changed. That
That
hasn't
hasn't changed.
Well,
It
yeah,
hasn't
I think
changed,
CJH is
no,
right. BVS had like a standing ovation at its early screenings a month before the movie came out. But as we come to find out, that was the ultimate cut.
Well, and you also saw the video that when Dwayne The Rock Johnson popped in on the first test screening for Black Adam, everybody
was such a-
everybody was, like so excited, like when they saw the movie and were shocked that he was, hidden in the audience or whatever. But that was publicity. That was like marketing.
That was so, he should not have done that. That was so hedging. God,
That was stupid.
because when you do it like that, what that does is that poisons the well.
Yeah.
Right. It poisons the well. It's like there was a report the other day about how like he wanted the Terramana bar at the premiere of Black Adam. Right.
Yeah.
But
At
then
the
if you go
PG-13
at a PG-13
movie.
premiere, it's at a premiere.
Can't have
it's-
alcohol. It's like,
Well,
Dude,
if it's at a
why- why
premiere,
would they photos at that
whatever.
fucking premiere? It was like, go adults, dude.
The only kid in the movie was the one kid, and you know what?
Was that
Hey,
for-
that kid gave a shitty performance. Let him drink.
Yeah, but dude, but I'm gonna be honest with
But
you,
he did that for
it's
Super
like-
Pets too. Is he had that pre-screening and then he had the snacks afterward and gave the parents booze, and it's like, what?
like, yeah, that's with. I mean, you look
Tobey
at all the
Maguire did that,
people now
too.
that have their own brands. I mean, George Clooney, when he had his gin, he ended up flipping it and selling it for like $2 billion, his whole brand. And I mean, how many ads has Ryan Reynolds like constantly showing his shit in? It's all the time. And so I don't know, man. It's part of the business model now. Like everyone has a scotch, everyone has a vodka. It's
I want
tequila.
The Rock give me his tequila.
This is just my take on what Charbo said earlier. It's totally okay. People disagree. That's what we're all here for. You guys probably will disagree. My position's this. I get what both Matt and Sean are saying. I just think if you continue with Ezra, but you don't continue with anybody else, you're fighting an uphill battle with fans, and you're heavily banking on
What
the general
fans?
audience loving
What
Flash.
fans? Because
Us?
the fans didn't show up to Black Adam when they specifically
That is
marketed
true.
Black Adam with a Superman cameo.
But again, my second point though is you're banking on Flash really connecting with general audiences, and that's a risky gamble to take.
Well, who's to say that it won't?
Okay,
I mean,
and again, I
But-
ask,
but-
what if
yeah.
Blue Beetle, Shazam, and Aquaman make the same or almost the same profit as the Flash? What's going to happen there?
Are they going to keep all those guys too?
I would say the answer to that is yes, because here's what I think is going to happen. All right, like I was saying, is Gunn and Safran have to get these movies over the finish line. They have to put these movies out. They're not going to scrap them.
Tax write-offs.
They've already Gunnar Wiedenfels came out yesterday
Yeah,
and said that
yeah,
they're done
they're
doing all
done.
that.
Yeah,
So they're
because
not
they
doing
only
that
had
anymore.
one fiscal year to do all the write-offs from the merger. You can't do that. That's like cutting the fat when you first merge a company.
Would
That's
they
what the
have done
government allows
that
you to do.
had they?
Yes. Well, I mean,
Would they have done that?
Zaslav wanted a lot more to cut, but he didn't.
Yeah, I think it would be a mistake to sort of write off all these movies because not only will that piss off all the creatives, but it'll piss off Hollywood. It's just like a PR nightmare.
I mean,
It's
my
just
whole
really
thing is,
stupid.
I guess my whole thing is, it's just like, if we're gonna keep all this other stuff, then how do you justify getting rid of majority of the big name, just the actors?
Because they
then?
did. Okay, RJ, you have to understand this, and you have fought me on this every time I bring it up.
Understand.
You don't understand, RJ.
It's got to be the salaries.
Justice League destroyed the reputations of those characters and the actors portraying them.
It really did.
There's a reason why Emmerich is now reported as saying, let's find a new person to don the cape in 2018, not a year after Justice League came out. There's a reason why Ben Affleck was ready to quit because of all the issues of getting his movie off the ground, and his alcoholism and his cheating and his movie flopping and his general mental state.
Yeah, a
There
lot
was
going on.
not an appetite for those characters to come back. The only appetite was for release the Snyder Cut, and that was a smaller movement at the time that was largely laughed at. It built steam to Zack's credit. Of course, now it's this unstoppable monster. But there was not an interest in seeing these characters come back. Wonder Woman 84, no one speaks well of that movie. No one
Wonder
speaks
Woman
well of
raped a
it.
guy. Wonder
She,
Woman raped a guy
yeah,
in
she
that movie.
she graped a dude, right? And but not only that, the
They
grape.
even made a joke about it in
Rape.
another
Rape?
movies.
What type of word is that?
Well, okay,
Well, what kind of word is graped? It just gets around the monetization. I'm not trying to demonetize Max's channel.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I apologize.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If you
fine,
look
don't
at
worry.
if you look at how things have manufactured themselves over the last 5 years, there's
It's a lot of baggage, man. It's a lot of
ton,
baggage.
yeah, Sean's right. It's a ton of baggage.
Okay, goodbye, Ezra. Goodbye, Ezra. You talk about that.
Yes, yeah,
Everybody
and
knows.
Ezra is a big problem, but Ezra also happened at a time when there was a bit of a power vacuum happening. So that's again, The Rock made his move during a power vacuum. That was another factor here. Is The Rock made the move, knowing that Pam Abdi and Mike DeLuca were not going to be overseeing DC Studios, but they greenlit it, in my opinion, because they're like, look, it's a Hail Mary. Maybe this will work out, and we can find a way to bring Henry back because we want to.
There's only two caveats what you're saying, because I agree. I think Justice League did ruin a lot of the reputation, and it took them a while to build up things again. Two caveats to that, though. One, Aquaman made over $1 billion, but they're supposedly recasting Aquaman's Jason Momoa as Lobo, supposedly.
Yeah, anything, Aquaman has more leverage than the Flash.
And second,
Yeah,
DC
Aquaman definitely has more.
I
Than
mean,
that.
Jason was cool. Like,
and second, the DCEU as it stands was building somewhat off of Justice League, although they didn't want to acknowledge it. Like it's still kind of
No, they acknowledged that was canon. They acknowledged that was
that's
canon.
my point. And you built everything off of that movie, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like the other stuff wasn't like Birds of Prey, 84. Like, what do you do with Margot Robbie then? You get rid of her because she wasn't successful in that movie. I mean, like, where do you what I'm basically saying, Matt, is like, where do we draw the line, and then why would they replace Aquaman and recast Jason?
Because
Momoa,
okay, so
supposedly?
if you think about it like this, right? Aquaman made most of its money in China. There's a high likelihood that Aquaman 2 won't go to China, which means that its worldwide take home is not going to hit that $1 billion mark. And again, not every movie should, but that's going to be a factor with that. Jason Momoa could in fact see the writing on the wall. The last movie came out December of 2018. It's now been 4 years since the last movie came out.
Been a
The
long
next
time.
one comes out 5 years.
5
5
years.
years is when the movie
Amber
comes
Heard
out.
is in the movie.
Amber Heard is a problem. That's a bigger problem than Ezra Miller.
And we don't know if that's even going to get.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It was a big problem.
The blame COVID-19 for why it took so long for
The general public know more about that than Ezra.
The Johnny Depp, Amber Heard thing. Yeah, that was bigger.
That was dragged out in
that
the
was-
public eye for so long.
That was
yeah.
more than entertainment news. That was all over.
That was culture. That was a cultural thing for 2022.
Yeah.
What I'm attempting to say is that a lot of these movies are going to be like where they are now is they need to think of a pathway forward with what they've got, not go backwards. Ben Affleck is going backwards. Henry Cavill is going backwards. The Flash hasn't really had a shot to do that yet.
No, because he hasn't had his own standalone. He's
He
just
hasn't-
been a sidekick.
And then Justice League, which had a hard 2-hour limit, he was barely in the movie. The Snyder
need-
Cut also, there was the fan Oscar thing, which, I mean, I don't know if that has any impact on Ezra Miller's efficacy with playing the role.
Wasn't Toby Emmerich sitting there when that thing was there?
Yes,
like the fan
he was
Yeah, that
Oscar?
doesn't
He was
matter
sitting
though.
there.
What, like Emmerich, like he won a ton of, like 9 awards that night, went to Warner
Dude,
Brothers.
more like 6 or 7.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
nobody even remembers that moment but us.
I mean,
Let's
I've
just
seen it.
be
Well, I
honest.
see it pop up on Twitter quite a bit.
I
But
mean, the moment of the night was Will Smith.
Yeah, that's true
Yeah.
too.
yeah, and then
But-
people still try to downplay that as well, which I find to be
And
very
then
weird.
that's the other thing. Will Smith is part of that universe too.
I
Will
think
Smith is
I
coming
think
back.
the
Will Smith's
people
coming
I think the people that will be frustrated going forward if Ezra sticks around are people that just feel like, you know, Henry Cavill didn't get a fair shake and the hardcore people, but I think the general audience is just going to move on like they move on for
Let me
everything.
ask you this,
Yeah.
because I was just gonna ask. I was gonna ask Matt if you think there's like, do you truly believe there's not gonna be any major backlash to Ezra continuing if he?
No,
if they-
no one's
No,
gonna
I
care.
don't think so.
No one. I'll tell you this. No one's gonna care, and I'm gonna sound really callous when I say this. All right, very callous. Not saying that I agree with this, but this is gonna be my take on it. Looking at our general culture, the vast majority of Americans do not care about indigenous culture issues. This happened with an indigenous young woman. Her dad has since deleted all of his tweets about Ezra. The mom has not. There's rumblings about things happening in the backgrounds from what I've been told. I don't know how true any of it is. I don't really care.
Wait until Ezra goes on the apology tour and starts giving his side of it, and people might
that
go,
will happen
"Oh,
in like February.
Yeah, people are going to go, "Oh, wait a minute!
When
This
Ezra
guy
goes
was
to Good
protecting
Morning
these
America."
kids from an abusive husband."
The first step is the Super Bowl ad in the trailer, and then it begins.
Do you think there's any chance though that the opposite could happen? That once the Flash's marketing campaign starts, all these People Magazine, TMZ,
Of course they're going to try. Of course they're going to
and
try.
pick stuff up again. Though?
They'll make a run. They'll make a run for it, but
Of course, it's because it's clickbait.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Again, it's like most people aren't going to give a shit. Like they'll be like, "What did Ezra Miller do?" Like he had gotten some drunk scuffles at some bars. Most people are going to be like, "Who gives a shit?" All right, like.
Most people are tired of superhero films.
I mean, his
anyway.
representatives.
No, they're not. No, they're not. CJH. Did you know that the Batman was the #1 movie most watched on Letterboxd?
Letterboxd.
Yeah,
That's why they show
I
matches
actually
top
got to
movies, too.
disagree with you about that, Jarbo. Actually, I got to disagree with you on that. I feel like they aren't getting tired of it, but I think like stuff like Top Gun Maverick and Avatar: The Way of Water succeeding kind of points to like superheroes kind of having a bit of an oversaturation point. I mean, it's still
it all depends. It all depends on the quality of the film. Thor: Love and Thunder was not the best movie ever made. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever was boring.
Okay. That was actually a good one. Actually,
no. There was good moments in the movie. The opening was amazing, but the end of it, you go and you watch the ending of Wakanda Forever, and you put it against the ending of Avatar, which came out a month later, and it's night and day quality. Night and day quality, right? The water-based assault between blue Smurfs and an advanced military construct happened in both movies.
Jake.
Right?
Jarbo, it's Navi.
Whatever. I'm talking about both even the Talikans and the fucking the Na'vi. The Na'vi, whatever. Who cares? They're giant blue kitty Smurfs. Like I'm just making a joke. Christ, dude.
I respect the cultures of.
I respect the culture. Fine.
Wait, you
AWOL
respect
sees you.
the fake culture that doesn't exist. You respect that.
Hold on. How do I hold on here? How do I say I see you in Na'vi? Let me just translate this.
It's like talking Klingon.
Okay, sorry. Non-Kino. Oel Nagati Kamiyi. I see you. Okay. Look it up. Right.
Language.
To be honest, Jarbo, I'm surprised when you Googled that. It just didn't bring up a dating site called "Please have sexy virgin" or something like that.
No, that's I'm not going to shame anyone for not having sex, because if I did that, RJ, we would be on your ass all the time.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's not go.
Okay. I'm not a virgin, RJ, like you, buddy. I'm sorry.
Well, his sock would agree with you.
Oh,
that is true.
Damn. But I also think the general public
anyway
are going to be more focused on quality over quantity.
Not exactly.
That's
no, dude. The Twilight movies made how much money? Like,
I mean, Transformer movies.
That was Zen.
Hey man, look at the Flash's costume. You want to talk about quality over quantity?
We literally talked about that already.
I'm not saying that's
right.
gonna come, and you're saying that's gonna transition into the new DC universe.
The thing is, prices are high. People can't afford to go to the movies anymore. So what would they rather spend their money on? Is quality movies.
The Avatar debunks that people aren't paying to go to the theater anymore. It's not true.
I think Avatar: The Way of Water was a really good movie. So was
really good.
Violet Night.
Top Gun Maverick. I mean,
to CJH's point, though, I will say, I do think audiences are going to be a little more pickier, only because I think they have more options than they've ever had before with streaming. You have to really convince people, like, this is a movie you need to see in the theater. And I
Well,
think
and
that's
that-
kind of
that-
like why we're
I-
seeing the mid-range movie have some trouble theatrically right now, is because people are really only gunning to see the big movies in the theaters right now.
2023 is really stacked.
Which is actually pretty sad to see because there was actually a lot of great films that came out last year, like The Fablemans. That was a fantastic movie. Sean,
loved
like,
it.
You could agree with
Freaking
that. Tar,
loved The
fantastic
Fablemans. Oh my
film.
God, that
Tar's
was so good.
fantastic.
Well, you know
Fucking-
how it is, Malkino. Like the good films are usually not the ones that make a lot of money.
Yeah, but that's a problem. Like
Yeah.
that's a big problem. We got
Well,
to
I
hold
don't think
ourselves
I
accountable.
don't even think Spielberg expected The Fablemans to make a $500 million.
Yeah, maybe
Just
true.
wasn't
but,
that
like,
kind of
was
movie.
not expecting
just
that. Yeah.
fucking-
Like,
it's
I
gonna
think
be
Mario's
surprised.
I think Mario's could be the first video game movie to make over 500 million because no other video game movies ever made over 400
I think that movie's gonna do
Sonic?
800
Hello?
million. I think that movie's gonna do 800 million.
Sonic Sonic never reached 500.
I don't know about a billion.
Warcraft
I just
Warcraft is I checked Warcraft made the most money and that's not a good
Warcraft,
movie.
and that needed a sequel.
Yeah, dude,
Dude, that Mario Brothers film
DOA.
is gonna be gangbusters, man.
Oh yeah.
sure
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, it's funny,
Grace-
funny that you guys
Grace
mentioned
say-
Mario.
Grace say that's gonna
That
flop.
movie's gonna make a lot of money. Same with
Yeah.
Cocaine Bear.
Well, I was going to mention, it's funny that you guys mentioned the Mario movie's box office because someone mentioned earlier, Grace Randall put out this box office projection, like predictions
And she
video
said
for
that's gonna
2023.
flop.
No, she didn't say it was going to flop. She said she doesn't expect Mario to make higher than 500 million. Like, it's going to reach 500 million. That's it.
She doesn't know the impact of Mario.
Domestic?
No, like worldwide total 500
She
million.
doesn't know the
around there.
impact of Mario.
She's retarded. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say it.
She doesn't know how it's
All right, like you know what? You can call that a vocal slip or whatever, but that is she's hitting the sauce again. Okay.
She also said that Barbie's gonna
She
flop.
said it would probably be one of Illumination's higher grossing movies, but it probably wouldn't go too far past 500 million. Is what she
Please,
said.
that's gonna beat
Dude, those the Despicable Me's have done like $1 billion.
They have.
Like,
They've done $1 billion.
what is she talking about?
Mario,
Like,
man.
Yeah, but
Can I
Despicable
hold
Me
on.
outside of Despicable Me hasn't done as great as those ones. They've been successful, but they haven't been like Despicable
Mario
Me
is
successful.
Nintendo. Mario is video gaming, man.
Look, I think it's gonna do well, like $800 million. I think that's
Mario made grown ass men cry.
She also said
okay.
that.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
she
Jesus
also
Christ.
said that
We
every
should not-
Marvel
we should not talk
movie
about the
needs
Flash
to hit
anymore,
$1
which is
billion.
nice because I'm fucking
What'd she
tired
say
of
about
talking
Marvel,
about
Anthony?
Flash.
She said every Marvel movies need to hit $1 billion next year. This
No,
year.
no,
I
no.
think you gotta
What
be
she-
about
that ain't-
800
that
No,
is not
hold
happening.
on, hold on,
That's
calm
not
down.
happening.
What
No,
she
bro,
actually
I-
said
no,
was,
she's
what she
fucking
actually said
retarded,
was,
no.
what she said was, is that going forward, every Marvel movie needs to clear 800 million. To
No,
not
they
be
don't.
embarrassing.
Kevin Feige does not care. He does not care. He does not.
She did say though she is predicting that the Marvels will be a flop, and that's going to be a
She's
huge,
actually
and that's going to
not
be a
wrong about
huge
that one.
target of internet trolls,
She's not
and
wrong
that's
about that
going
one.
to kill the movie at the box office.
I think it's
No,
gonna
they're
be-
gonna see the
But for
movie.
Marvel, what's the target urgent trolls that make
Well,
$1 billion?
supposedly, what's being said about the Marvels is that it's a movie purposely made to piss off the chuds.
Which I would love to see
The
that.
goal
though.
of the movie is to piss off people.
I doubt it. I doubt
Was
it.
She-Hulk that?
I know.
Do that?
She
All right.
compared to She-Hulk, so I don't know.
I gotta
Hey,
dip
Sean.
out because I gotta start my stream in a few, and then
Hey Jarbo, I just want to say it was
Jarbo.
always good talking to you. I know you don't love me, but I always respect you, and I hope
You probably don't need to remind him that he doesn't love you.
it's not that
He
I
knows
don't.
what he's trying.
You just, dude, just stop trying to suck my dick. Like that's really what it boils down to.
Oh.
It's like
That is
you
right.
no,
I
and it's not just
was
me. Like you try to suck everyone's dick, and I get it. Like
That
that's gonna
is
get you
true.
pretty far.
I was thinking,
But
the
you
same
don't like.
thing.
It's like I get it. I have a nice dick, and I get it. I get it. But what I mean is like it's just like come on in with the bands, have a good conversation. Don't try to like one up. Don't be the one up guy. You know what I mean? Like the one up guys when you're like, oh, this is what I'm hearing on the side. Like no one gives a fuck, dude. Like it just comes across like smarmy and smug. And I can be a smug douchebag. All right. And if I'm saying it, then that's a problem. I'm just saying, like
Okay,
that's
I'll-
all you
I'll
got to
take it
do
as
is
true.
just come in,
That's
be
right,
yourself.
Kyle.
Just be yourself. That's it.
Okay, but Jarbo, do you like the way that 9kino cradles your ball?
I mean, it's like he uses moisturizer on his hands, and like I can,
God,
no, but we live in Washington. It's really wet up here, so it does get a little
It is
chafy every once in a while.
absolutely moist.
He said wet.
You know, he's just got to like, yeah.
Moist.
But like, I wish it was. I wish his hands were less clammy. Like that's the only problem. It just kind of feels like. I mean, we live in the evergreen state, but I don't need to feel like you're getting jerked up by a fish.
Yeah, but Jarbo, do you use
Well, dude, you gotta
Manscaped?
stop
Jerked by a
running around.
Manscaped is a masterpiece product.
I sorry, they
Dude, I've got
sponsored
Manscaped.
Lightcast. I
Manscaped.
can't support them. I
I
can't
got it for
support
Christmas
Manscaped.
this year. Manscaped. I got it.
Yeah.
Maybe Max should sponsor Max.
Don't use that shit.
Can Max come back yet? I don't want to host anymore.
No, he'll come back once I leave. That's just how it will
I
go.
thought he said he could end the stream if he wanted to.
We're gonna start the flame war there because that would have been kind of funny to see.
I am dead.
Seeing you two like just go at it, But
I mean, like sexually?
No, I was talking. I wouldn't mind seeing that. But anyway, I was thinking like, going at each other. It's pretty funny.
I agree. This is a good message to leave off of. Rhea says, "Make sure to stay moisturized and hydrated." It's a good message.
Absolutely correct. You see, Rhea.
You do want to, yeah, 100%. It's really good for you. But yeah, guys, no, I'm gonna go yell about this shit on my own stream, I guess.
Oh god.
Are you gonna scream about the Avatar haters?
I'm not talking about the Rock tonight. I mean, I might because there was a video where he was like, "You have to have the guts to fail," and
You're
I'm just all like,
with them. You're obsessed.
"I'm
with
not
them.
obsessed. I'm
You are
not
totally
obsessed.
obsessed.
I'm
with
not
them.
obsessed. I'm
You are
laughing at
so
the fact
obsessed with them.
that Dwayne the Rock Johnson cannot
You
take
want
the
his
L.
child.
He cannot take the L.
I think he took the L gracefully when he put out that.
I've been on. I worked on Journey to the Mysterious Island, and Dwayne is a great guy. Like, I mean,
I'm
I
not
know
saying he's a bad guy at all. Like,
I mean, I know he probably tried to do the power move at Warner Brothers and all that kind of stuff, but his intentions are all self-preservation, and I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I can't fault the guy for trying.
No. Like, look, the thing is, though, is the thing you have to remember about that
The Rock
movie
is a fraud.
I mean,
he's not a fraud. He's not a fraud. He's not a fraud. Like, he's
dude.
a
That guy's-
businessman. He's a businessman more than he's anything else. And I think for me, where I'm at with it is, I'm like, look, I prefer you to be an artist I know you can be. He can do dramatic. Like Dave Bautista coming, I don't want to be the next Rock. Like, I want to be a respected actor. The Rock could be a respected actor. But instead of trying, he could go back and watch like some of his earlier stuff. He absolutely could. He actually took acting classes back in the day. The guy's
Gang is a good.
I like Dwayne Johnson. I actually like Red Notice, but I don't.
Look, dude, Red Notice, he phoned it in. Black Adam, he phoned it in. This new one, the red one, he's gonna phone it in.
Red one looks pretty terrible.
All right, I'm just saying, it's like he phones in these roles because he's more about the brand of The Rock rather than being Dwayne Johnson.
Well, and I think he gets that because of the wrestling, dude. When you go into a ring and you got 10,000 people screaming, and cheering for you, it's a different. You don't look at things the same as like a normal person would,
No, you really don't, and that's true. There is what's the a fluency that comes with it. You know what I mean?
And also actors have a tendency in general to just have a finite window of success, and so he has really elongated the amount of time he has been in the spotlight, where normally actors fall off. And I got to hand it to him. He's been a good showman to do that. But he does a lot of good things for people too.
I'm not saying he isn't a good guy.
I don't want to see him fail. I don't want to see him fail.
I heard John Cena.
I don't want to see him fail either. But what I want is humility, and I want him to be humble in this situation.
He has been humble. What do you fucking mean?
No, bullshit.
He said he's like begging to fail.
Bullshit, dude. No, he goes in there and he's like, "Oh, let me quote my friend."
Jesus Christ.
No, you're just.
Come on, Jarbo. That's even weak for you, my dude. Think about this. For 15 years, he was trying to get that movie off the ground.
No, not Lobo. It was originally Lobo.
No,
he was.
He was. That's right. He was trying to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to cut you off. But it's there's a misconception that he spent 15 years trying to get Black Adam made. He only signed on to Black Adam in 2019.
You know why?
So he was.
It was actually 2014. Actually,
it was 2019. It was 2019.
2014, dumbass.
It was not. No, it was. I did look it up. Superman on Film on Twitter has been covering this. It went through. It was 2019.
Listen, Jarbo.
That
Nankino
aside,
has sources on the inside. Okay,
I have sources. Damn it.
Right. Sorry. I know. He knows Harvey Lean from TMZ, and he knows all the executives at Warner Brothers.
I've got a point though. Hold on.
I know them all, guys.
Just like,
I got them on the blacklist.
just think about having a dream to play a character, whether it's 3 years or 2 years that he's been trying to do it, and he finally does it and he gets it, and this thing is supposed to be successful and it fails. It just sucks. And it's hard to get over that. And then you look at someone like Brandon Routh, who, oh my God, I get this breakout role. I'm Superman. And you sign a 3-picture deal. And then they like, fuck, no, dude, that didn't work. And he was crushed for a while. And then he gets the redemption when he gets to do it on the CW and become in the crossover stuff, Superman again. And he kind of felt like he was able to put that away. And you got to feel bad for some of these people that really go at this thing with this intent, and then it doesn't work. It's a blow, man. It's
tough.
tough.
All right, guys, I got a dip. I'll talk to you
later, man.
That's one with Andrew Garfield.
That was being talked down by Jarbo. Anyway.
Yeah, think about Andrew Garfield, man. He didn't even get to do his trilogy. Like, they pulled the rug out from under him.
He was a legit Spider-Man fan. He did grow up as a Spider-Man fan, and and then after Amazing Spider-Man 2, he admitted it wasn't good. He pissed off Sony, but I think he did.
I would do the same too. Fuck Sony, they're bums.
And he did get redemption with Far From Home. I mean, that was to me his.
No Way Home.
That movie,
hey,
No Way
Nerds
Home.
Loft. It's true though. Sorry, I just saw your comment.
So No Way Home.
Sean actually gets to say that because he actually works in the industry.
Yeah.
If anyone's allowed to get away with that, too.
Sean's worked, man. Yeah.
Sean, do you know Dave Bautista?
Look me up on IMDb. No, I've never met Dave Bautista, but look me up on
I haven't met
IMDb.
Cena. I heard Cena's very similar to the Rock.
I haven't met.
I heard him
Cena
as a good person.
Yeah, I mean,
Cena's like,
Cena's like I don't think he's like, he's kind of harmless. He says like stupid stuff every now and then, but he's kind of just getting into the game, tell me about Simu Liu in 4 to 5 years, all right?
I think he'll still. I mean, he's always again like these guys. They, especially when you see what they do at children's hospitals and just hanging out with kids with cancer. So, I mean, I don't know, man. They all have hearts, man.
Speaking of Simu Liu and Shang-Chi, did you guys hear about that lineup there? It's actually pretty damn good for the Avengers thing. Apparently, it's like Black Panther, Captain America,
You have to win to the confirm.
Hulk,
That's
Captain
nuts.
Marvel, Ant-Man.
We
That's
really
actually
don't know
pretty
that
good like
Breaking
Avengers
news,
lineup.
That's like a
It's
beast
not
squad.
official or anything, but
Breaking news,
Kino
the
has a
Avengers
great
will have
source,
Marvel.
guys. Come on.
I mean, that's
Well,
not for me. It's like
team.
been like around like the 4chans and shit like that,
Well, here for nerds,
Yeah, send the
for-
B team.
That
No,
gives
no
it
offense.
I
away.
think I think RJ's gonna end this thing.
No
Well,
offense,
shit.
but if you
No, hold-
mention 4chan, I just ignore it.
No, I was gonna
You
say.
know what, dude? I was just trying to like talk about something else.
No, but listen,
right?
I was gonna let me segue. My friend who worked on Miss Marvel, he was a production supervisor, John West. He's also doing Armor Wars, and so
yeah. Oh,
that's
nice.
that's gonna be in the lineup. That you're
You gonna-
talking about.
Yeah, it's a movie.
I'm
You met
actually
Don
Is he gonna
Cheadle?
be in that movie?
I'm actually with Don Cheadle. They're doing rewrites right now because it was supposed to be a Disney Plus series.
Yeah.
They decided
Yeah,
to make it a
the
feature
movie,
film. And but what I would say is, I think Captain America. I did a movie with what's his name?
Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie. I did a movie
Anthony
called
Mackie.
Bolden, and he's super awesome. And he went to college with my good friend's ex-wife, and so we, they used to hang out. And I think the Captain America movie is going to be really good.
Yeah.
I think Armor Wars is going to be really good.
I
I
do
think-
feel like
I
my
think
one
they gotta-
fear
Go ahead.
with New World Order is that it's got the director behind Paradox for Paris, but also this great film called Luca. But we'll see.
Luca. Right.
I have a
remember that
question.
Fantastic movie, by the way. You guys should go check it out. By the way,
Is Hulk Hogan in Captain America: New World Order?
no, he's not. Hulk Hogan.
The New World NWO for life.
Kevin Nash.
Is Kevin Nash in it?
Kevin Nash.
I mean, I would say Scott Hall.
Is
But
this David Max?
Hold up. I'll say this: if the actual NWO from WCW shows up in freaking New World Order, it'd be the
Dude,
greatest
that would be
movie ever.
hysterical.
Yeah, but like
Maybe they can make it
there's
S-pop.
no Avengers team in that movie. By the way, there's been some rumors that the Avengers team will be in that movie, but it won't be. It's like apparently
crazy.
Chris
There's
Bradley and
supposed to be 5
Okay.
villains in. Okay, there's like 5.
I don't really
villains.
buy that. I think it'll be like 3 or 4.
Jessica Chastain is in it or in talks to play one of the villains. We got
I haven't
Harrison
heard- I
Ford.
haven't heard anything about that.
Okay, can I be
heard
honest
that.
here? My Time to Shine is like a pretty solid scooper, but I think some of these New World Order things have been kind of just whatever. But like
Maybe it's like rewrites. Maybe it's like one. It's like maybe half right, half true. Maybe it's like
the
doing
Eternals one, the Eternals hand being vibranium sounds really cool though. I mean, come on, that sounds like a really good pitch.
Yeah,
That's stupid though. It don't make.
I'll
I
be
think
honest with you.
I'm
I'm looking forward to see what Harrison Ford does with.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
in-
absolutely.
Yeah.
in the
You know he got
Captain
paid $25 million from that
And
role.
if he does if they make him Red Hulk or something like
If he's able to film that footage.
Bro,
well,
he's already
I mean,
done
he
it.
doesn't-
come on.
it's all CGI, man. They don't need
That's
him
not
for
his
that.
point, Sean.
he's a
He shows up on set for a day or two, then they just do
Sean, that's not what CJ is implying.
It's a point because he's A1. He might not be
Yeah.
around that long.
That's kind of mean.
It's very
80 years
interesting.
old,
I'm a huge Harrison Ford fan, and I've been watching him on the press junket for the 1823 as he's talking
Also
to
shrinking.
reporters, and I was like, it was the first time I went, ooh, you know,
old?
his age is like the way. I was a little worried myself. So
Yeah,
I
hey,
agree
Sean,
with that.
speaking of Harrison Ford, are you excited for the new Apple TV Plus series from the Ted Lasso guys called Shrinking? It's about the therapy one. I'm actually excited for that one.
I actually can't wait to see it. Unfortunately, I don't have Apple Plus, so I've got to talk. I've
Sean,
got
I'll
to
share
worked
my
with Apple?
password with you so you could watch it. All right, how about that? Does that sweeten the deal for it a little bit?
Well, I don't know, man. They might be against all the sharing the passcodes.
No,
That's
Apple,
Netflix, though.
Apple doesn't care.
Apple doesn't give
Yeah,
a fuck.
like-
They have a
We
good
had,
plan, right?
we had it for free because we bought a new Apple TV,
Yeah.
like the box. We had
Oh,
it
yeah,
free
the new
for a
box,
year,
yeah,
but then when
definitely.
the year was up, and so all these good shows are
Can I
coming
just
out now.
say, Apple TV is the best streaming service. They have some of the best fucking shows. They
They
don't
got
have
some
all these,
good
like,
shows,
franchise
man.
I have
packages
Apple.
that-
I also
It's-
subscribe with
It's really good.
It's really not. I wouldn't categorize it as the best streaming service for one reason only. It can have some amazing originals, but it has a very lackluster library of content. There's not much else.
I
outside of
disagree.
it.
I'll-
I think
I
what
think it's
Apple,
great
what thing Apple's waiting to buy a big company like Sony. They're waiting to buy something. big,
I
that's
think
why.
they would actually buy Paramount. Actually,
They
I
could
think
if they wanted to.
definitely.
Well,
Did
actually,
did you guys see the Tiffany Haddish murder mystery that was on Apple Plus?
Oh, actually, I actually did. I heard about it, but I didn't see it there. But there was also
No, my friend wrote
You
it.
guys been watching Mythic Quest? Actually, that's really good too. It's the one
No.
with,
No, well,
you always
well,
said in
I-
Philadelphia guys. Fantastic show.
I'm actually I got the I got 3 months of Apple TV through Game Pass because you get perks. There's the
Okay.
Game Pass and Microsoft. So the only thing I watched, I saw the 2 seasons of Ted Lasso.
Hmm.
That's what I say. It's fantastic. You know what? It's true. The hype is real. It is a really funny show.
That's what everybody says.
Great show. You would love it.
Yeah, it's a really and the Christmas episode I saw a day after Christmas, and I think that was maybe my favorite
Oh,
Christmas.
the Ron Random movie was good too. The Spirit, that was a good one too.
Yeah, and I really I do like the characters, and I see the guy who plays Roy Kent, Barry something. He the guy who's now Hercules in the MCU.
Brett. Oh shit.
That's what-
Goldstein.
Is this Max, talk.
I see the
You may
guy
not
as
be
like
Max.
I see the guy as like, why did they cast him as Hercules? I mean, that's like
Has anyone seen the Star Wars open world leaks? The game.
I don't really care
open
about video
world?
games. That's for nerds.
No, and I also haven't. I haven't. Who's seen the leaked images of the new Ninja Turtles? Who's seen that?
Oh, I
haven't
have.
seen it.
Yeah,
the
it's
David
called.
movie.
Well, real quick, I'll just mention this, and then I
Can somebody pull it up? I'd like to see the picture.
Yeah, I can show it. So yeah, because I wanted to talk about that real quick, and then I'll end the stream.
Isn't that the new? Like,
Wait,
animated
what I
movie with
was
Seth
gonna
Rogen?
say is it's apparently almost like No Man's Sky.
Who? What?
I know what No Man's Sky is.
I don't.
Oh, I know it, but I know he's talking. I think he's talking about the Star Wars.
It's gonna be
series.
extremely vast. As far as
But is it
Yeah,
canon?
so-
Because is the game supposed to be canon?
yeah.
I have no clue, but hopefully.
Okay.
You said what?
Anyways.
What about RJ?
No, I was gonna mention is the TMNT Mutant Mayhem movie. It's coming out this year. It's an animated movie from Nickelodeon. It is produced by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg. It is the same creative team from The Boys and Invincible who are working on this,
Woke.
and it is
Dude, I loved
directed-
Invincible. That was
Oh
great.
yeah,
thing.
dude, that's a great
Oh,
show
it was
too.
absolutely.
Oh my god.
And it is directed by the director of Mitchell's versus the Machines, that Sony
Oh.
Animation Netflix movie that was produced by Lord Miller.
Is that
Oh, I
so?
didn't see that.
Or
So this is actually pretty big for the animation world because it seems like it's got a lot of really good talent behind it. So these leaked. These are the character designs for the turtles. Supposedly, the idea is that they're going to be like actual teenagers this time. Like they're going to be like the younger years, I guess.
Oh, like Nickelodeon. They did it in the Nickelodeon. They're actually teenager.
So,
No, but they were teenagers in the first movie in the 90s. They were teenagers.
Young
Is
adults.
this
No,
a show or
they were
movie?
I
teenagers.
mean,
This is
they're
a movie.
literally called
This is an
Teenage
animated movie
Mutant
coming
They're
out.
all
Ninja.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah.
Yeah, this is an animated movie coming out in August. So
Okay,
I gotta
wait,
cover
is,
TMNT
wait,
too.
wait,
Wait,
don't
are we
you
supposed to be showing this?
You can.
Honestly, I thought this was a live action thing. I'm not interested in that.
No, it's only anime.
I just want to see the rubber suits again. I don't want to see them doing any more
no,
CGI.
dude, I'm good,
No,
dude. Like after
you
Michael
guys just-
Bay, but
They could
I'm
do
good if live
CGI
action
well.
TMNT stuff.
Of
Stuff-
course-
stuff
If done
doesn't-
well.
You got to bring back the animatronics, man. Bring back the suits.
of course,
good.
Enosh would hate the animated
I'm
movie
good.
since he hates anything animated. Apparently,
Why is that? Like, how is
No,
Enosh?
Willie-
I'm
he's
talking
not like
about
he's
it.
not he's not like William. William.
oh, I don't know. They're both two old men who stream from their houses, and they don't like animated stuff. Apparently, I don't know.
Wait,
The lines are
You're
blurry.
breaking up like Enosh, RJ. Are you becoming the
I'm
new Matt?
kidding. No,
I like
friends.
animated stuff. There's just certain styles of animation I'm not a fan of.
no,
Like-
that's fine. I know. I'm
like
just
the
teasing.
like the
I'm just
original
teasing.
Clone Wars stuff was just that animation, that cartoon animation.
Whoa,
was-
whoa, whoa,
was-
whoa,
What are you
whoa,
talking about? That looked awesome.
Oh, I don't
No,
know,
the
man.
movie,
you
but
ass
the movie
accolades,
sucked.
Sean.
The Clone War anime movie was terrible. That
The
made
Clone
me-
Wars animated movie wasn't good, but that's because it was a TV pilot that was forced into being a movie.
Yeah.
I have to read behind the scenes about
The
that.
editing was so confusing.
And the animation was not
Because it was
great.
TV animation. that
Which
they tried
Clone
to
Wars?
make-
Well, they
Which Clone Wars you
2008
talking about? This
movie.
too?
I'm
They
talking
improved
about
it.
the cartoon, not the
You talk about the
CGI.
2D one. You talk about the 2D.
Anyway,
one.
guys,
The one
I
that
gotta
looked
head
like
out here. Max,
Ninja,
thanks for
the-
having
what-
me,
Yeah.
RJ.
Oh, from by
I
the
hope you're
Samurai
good.
Jack guys.
Yeah, Samurai Jack. That I
Oh,
don't
come
like
on, that was
Samurai
the
Jack.
best.
Oh,
animation.
that
I,
was awesome. That was great, man. What
I
do you
put the
mean?
article in the private chat
We'll just have to
about the
agree to
game.
disagree on that one.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna head out here. RJ, it's always good talking to you. Max, it's always good. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
That
It
is
was
not
kinda funny
Max,
you're
bro.
trying to throw a virgin joke at me. That was very adorable. But anyway, I gotta head out. Have a good one.
All right, see ya.
See you later.
Take care, man.
Bye. Oh, we got to do a podcast together, Sean. All right.
Yeah,
In the future.
yeah. Let's do it.
Awesome.
You want
Have
to
a
look
good
at that article?
Is anybody
RJ?
watching Bad Batch?
No.
No, but thank you
No.
for reminding me. I need to start watching season 2. I need.
Dude, I didn't
stopped
even watch
watching after
season
the-
1.
I stopped watching the
Sean,
first
Sean,
episodes.
I know you may have feelings about the animation stuff when it comes to Star
Yeah.
Wars, but they are setting things up in Bad Batch that are going to be very important for the Mandalorian going forward. Like they
Oh,
do.
so I've got to go back.
Yeah, because they set up stuff about like from Legends about.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil it, but there's a location that shows up at the end of the season that's going to be important later. Apparently, season 2, even more so, is going to tie into Mando stuff.
How many episodes is the first season?
Gosh,
16.
I think it's 16.
16.
God, I'm gonna have
I
to spend
know,
a day.
I know. Listen,
I
I
hate
mean,
that.
a lot of it's very episodic.
Can I just talk to you about and get cliff notes like when the Mandalorian 3 comes out? just call-
watch the pilot and like the back half of season 1 if you feel the need to. That's the most important stuff. but
okay.
I mean,
No, I'll try to get into it. I just the whole idea of the Bad Batch was just like, okay, that seems like a cash grab, but
Yeah, it
whatever.
was.
Yeah.
There is a major plot point though.
Because I don't like the what's the blonde haired like twin of Boba
oh,
Fett?
Omega.
Oh, for God's sake.
Omega gets better as the show goes on, right?
She's honestly one of the best characters in the show.
Really?
She is.
I like Omega. I like her.
So okay, so hold on. So Omega.
You know, Omega is showing up in live action too.
But yeah,
Okay, so
I
Are
put
are
the
they gonna
article in the
introduce
chat.
Omega live action on
Yes,
the
they
Mandalorian
will.
season?
I think they could.
She's gonna get her own spin-off just for you, Sean.
okay, okay. I haven't
How
seen the
Omega
Bad Batch. I haven't seen the Bad Batch. So
I
these
don't
are
know.
all clones. These are all clones of Jango Fett, right?
Yeah, all the clones are clones
Yeah.
of Jango.
So
Yes.
how is Omega? She's a woman, right?
She's a little girl, yes.
She's a twin. She was a twin. I guess the eggs split just like normal twins when you're doing a clone. I
No,
don't
what
know.
happened? So what
that-
happened is that the Bad Batch are specially altered, genetically altered clones that are meant to be like the best. Like they genetically alter them,
Yeah.
make them superior soldiers. Omega was created just like Boba Fett to be a different clone, to be like basically the twin sister of Boba.
Oh, she's Boba Fett's twin?
Yes, Boba Fett's twin sister. So Boba was the Alpha clone. She was the Omega clone.
Oh,
my God.
okay, I get it.
Oh, that's
Alpha
what they
and-
get.
She's gonna be the book of Fett
So
season 2, isn't
she-
she?
So she's supposed to be.
She's
like
gonna
a
be
female-
ugly when she gets older. Then, if she looks anything like Tamora Morris.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
That's
come on.
fucked
No,
up.
well, Tamar
What?
Morris is a good guy. He's a good looking guy.
No, he's a good looking guy, but you put hair on that, blonde hair or something. That's not gonna work.
I think she might have been genetically altered to where she's not going to be an exact clone of Tamora Morrison, but I don't know.
Okay. I'm sure they're not gonna go in that direction. But
They won't.
Okay.
Yeah, but I have heard about the CJH that basically it's going to be like an open world Star Wars game, right?
Isn't
So
there
you
also
can kinda
making
go anywhere and
You
do
can
anything.
literally do a lot in the game.
Don't you mean open planet Star Wars? Like,
Yes,
going to different planets?
it's an open universe basically.
Okay, but all the games supposed to be canon, right? Or is this gonna be?
Yes,
canon?
all the games are meant
But
to be.
it doesn't
somewhat
really matter if
yeah.
it's canon or not.
Well, it's like Jedi
yeah,
Fallen
it's
Order.
part of
I mean,
that universe.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean Jedi Fallen Order is canon, but like there's not too many references to the
well,
outside
well,
world.
the gameplay isn't canon. If that makes sense, like how you play the game isn't canon.
Yeah, I would hate if they did that. I don't
Not
want
if they
that.
did
Don't do
that.
that. Please don't do that.
But yeah,
that's hilarious.
I'm always excited. I'm always excited when they come out with a new Star Wars game, just because it's another level of technology that pushes the graphics and pushes everything to look
Oh my God,
photorealistic.
that-
So
that's the
What
Fallen
was
Jedi
cast?
Order
What
looks
was what's his name? Cameron, the guy who
Cameron
Yeah.
Monaghan.
yeah, when he's
He's
gonna
so-
when
he's-
he's gonna be when he's gonna be in
in
live
live
action
action?
playing Cal.
dude, they're gonna
Soon-
do it because
soon-
I'm shocked they haven't already.
Soon
Give
it'll
it
be
another
soon,
year
I
or
think.
two.
Giving it. I think
Okay,
Bob
will
Iger is probably.
he
having
show up in
thoughts already.
Ahsoka?
No, I don't think
No,
he'll be in Ahsoka. So Ahsoka's already got it's. You have Ezra, you have Sabine, you got Hera, you got
Well,
Vader.
maybe like a post-cast, like the very end, he shows up.
No, I don't see it. I don't see
Okay.
it.
I mean,
He
the
has
big
to-
Anything is
the
possible.
when you do that though, it's just it goes back to like the other Star Wars movies. It was always supposed to be like Luke Skywalker, and for some reason, none of these
Not
people ever
really.
came around to help Luke. While he was trying to take down the
Yeah.
Death
They're
Star.
come up with
Like all the
excuses
Is
as
it
to
worth
why
it?
they went around.
He's like,
Yeah.
where have you been the whole time? Ahsoka, I could use your help.
all you ever heard from Obi-Wan Kenobi in the first movie is, "Oh, for 1,000 generations, and they're all but extinct." And it's like, no, actually, there's freaking Jedi everywhere. They're just they don't have the nut sacks to come out and
To
help.
be fair, other than when he was not on Tatooine in the Kenobi series, he's been on Tatooine for a long
Sure, he's
time.
been hot. 8 years. Was it 8 years?
Yeah,
Or the kids are
years,
10.
around there.
Both the kids
10,
were
so
10.
maybe 10
10
years.
years.
10,
Yeah, okay. But don't you think they would know if there were other? I mean, it just seems like Jedis are falling left and right out of nowhere, in this time frame where there's supposed to be none.
Yeah,
Bye,
I
Enosh.
thought
Thank you for watching us. I'm sorry I teased you. It didn't mean any harm. I was just messing around. But much love. Thank you for watching.
But going back to Ahsoka, Thrawn has to be cast in the movie. That's the whole
Ahsoka
point.
He's in
eventually
the
has
show. He's in the show. He's in the show.
Yeah, but who's
Ahsoka
playing him? They
eventually
never
has
announced
to
the actor
die,
yet.
right?
Well,
I
yeah,
can
yeah,
tell
because
you.
they're
I
keeping
can
it a
tell you.
secret. They're keeping
We
it a
can
secret.
tell you.
Who do you think
I
could
will
be?
say this.
Is it the
I can't say that.
Ahsoka eventually has to die, though, right?
She's not.
Yes.
Gonna die, though. She will
I mean,
soon.
Eventually.
She will.
Well, that's the
Eventually.
question because, like, her voice appears at the end of Rise of Skywalker.
Yes.
Um, So was she a ghost, or was she just
Which is
doing
weird.
telepathy?
I think she was a ghost.
Okay.
Because everybody else was a ghost, right?
RJ
And
doesn't
then
like
the
Star
best
Wars.
friend-
That's true, Enos. He doesn't like
And
Star
also
Wars.
the original concept for that ending was like you could see the Force ghosts. You could see Luke and Leia and
That was a
Mace
fan-made
and Obi-Wan. They were supposed to be with Rey along with Ahsoka. And the
Well,
others-
I mean, I don't know. That was real speculation. I don't know, because think
No.
about it. I mean, they didn't even cast, Ahsoka at the time. So, like, how could you have thrown her in there? You're like,
I think was it Did they use Valzero Dawson's voice for Ahsoka there?
no, that was the one that from the animated series.
That's
that
from
did
the
the
animated
voice.
Yeah, which is
series.
weird, yeah, because she doesn't sound exactly like Rosario doesn't sound like the voice actor.
Well,
from
Disney's
So-
gonna re-edit that and use
Oh,
Rosario.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you can do the
they're gonna
George Lucas special edition.
Yeah, they're gonna do that. Special edition.
Like they did with Tamora Morrison
It was like-
with Empire Strikes Back and all that.
Which
was
I did
weird.
not like.
I mean,
No, I like the
thing I
original
didn't
voice.
get with the Rise of Skywalker was all those Siths, where the last scene with all those Siths in the crowd.
Well, those were Sith loyalists, is what they were
Oh,
called.
okay, yeah, because
They
there only
weren't
could be two
Sith.
at the time, right? There only could be
Do you
two.
still think the best thing Disney could do now is release the original theatrical cut?
Of the Rise of Skywalker.
No,
I mean,
of,
the stuff that
no,
wasn't.
of the original trilogy.
No, that can
Oh.
never happen because I guarantee
No.
you George Lucas put in the contract. these
Yeah,
are
that
the
was in the
versions.
Rise of
contract.
Skywalker's such a bad movie.
You know,
I
Mace
still
Windu's
like it.
alive,
Don't
right?
care.
I watched. I've been watching the Rise of Skywalker a lot lately because my daughter is
Oh,
she
you
has
poor
a
thing.
she has a,
Oh my
she's
God,
3
that's
and
a
she's got a
dog
Rey
shit.
costume and a
That's dog
lightsaber now, and she runs around pretending to be Rey, and so I have to sit and watch it, and I'm going,
It's the best of
there's
the three.
there's not.
No, it's
It's not as bad as it
First one
was
is.
when I first watched it. I was really
It's
just like,
Move
the
the
first
other two.
movie-
It's great.
I do like it. It's the first movie that I almost walk out. I nearly walk out. It was when Kylo revealed to Ren that she's a Palpatine.
She been Rise of
walked-
Palpatine. Rise of
I
Palpatine.
nearly like almost did like a little like up my seat and left, and then like
Remember-
no.
Remember, everybody was assuming it's Obi-Wan's daughter or something like that. I'm like, no.
No, I like
No,
it was
Rise
like
of
it was
Sky-
like-
yo, Rise of
nobody's
Skywalker-
daughter.
No,
And so
Rise
then-
of Skywalker makes was it the Clones of Attack a masterpiece?
Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones.
Yeah,
Well,
Clones
I
of
will
Attack.
say there are moments
Yes,
in
that's a
Rise of the
better movie.
Skywalker
No.
that I thought were really good, like when C-3PO doesn't know knows the Sith language but can't say it, and then that
Okay.
moment where he looks at everyone and he knows they're going to wipe his memory, and I thought it was bad that R2 restored his memory at the end of the movie,
No,
because
they
I was
did,
like,
yeah,
that
that
took
was-
away from that moment. But the moment was nice when he looked at them and goes, I'm never going to see my friends again. I want to take one last look.
I mean,
And that was a really emotional moment for that. And I thought that's not bad. And then Babu Freak was funny. Like the more I watch it, the more I'm going, that's all right. I still just can't get through the Last Jedi. That's the one that just kills it for me, and it wasn't so much because it was a beautifully shot movie. I mean, no one can deny them, but it's just like some of the directing choices were just, when the comic take of throwing the lightsaber over the shoulder just boiled my blood in the theater. I was like, what? Like, I always felt like if Ryan would have just let Luke, when Rey had the lightsaber out, just look at it and then walk by and not, and have her run after him.
Or handed it back to her and walked away.
Something,
Yeah.
but that, I mean, that was his dad's lightsaber. It's like that was his lightsaber. It was his dad's lightsaber. Wouldn't he have wanted to know, like, it was cut off, in Empire and it floated in space? Like, wouldn't he have wanted to have been like, oh, geez, that's.
I was like, where did you get this?
It was.
Yeah.
It was just.
Did they clone him?
I guess
This-
it flew off. I guess it didn't fly
It's-
into space or anything like that. Like after he got the hand cut off, like it didn't able to find it.
I love this is my favorite line, my favorite bad line in any movie. This line makes me laugh every time I see memes about it. Somehow
Palpatine has returned. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
not
but
a-
how-
I don't
how-
mean-
Why is that so
when,
funny?
When you think
I-
about it, like,
I-
how
it-
else would they know?
I know. I'm just saying, like the way it's like performed, the way it's executed in the film, it makes me laugh because it's so ridiculous. Just
Well, I
somehow
think
he
even
performed
Oscar
well.
Isaac thought it was ridiculous the way he delivered it.
Yeah,
think
that's what
he
I'm
thought-
saying. The way he
yeah.
delivered it too, it's just like
And I think like it just took away from the arc of like Anakin tossing him off the balcony in Jedi. It took away his entire character arc that he survived that and somehow like landed at the bottom. And
they could have did that
See,
right though.
you know,
they
or-
could.
They could have made him a
would've-
clone or something.
Well, no. The thing is,
wasn't he kind of a clone, or
yes,
was he?
he was already a clone. Yeah, it was a clone Sith alchemy also. It would have been. I don't think it would have this is a whole different tangent. 'Cause I want to end the show soon, but I'll just say this real quick. I think you could have made it work had Anakin's Force Ghost played more of a role in the defeat
Absolutely.
of Palpatine. That way, it didn't feel like it undermined Jedi.
You
in a
are
way.
getting Anakin's Force.
No, I meant in the Rise of Skywalker.
In the Rise of Skywalker,
I
yeah.
thought you were talking about an Ahsoka show. You get it.
If he would have showed up at the end to help Rey in that last
instead of
push,
just the voice or something.
for him.
Because it should have been. It should have been Force Ghosts, not voices. It should have been
Yeah.
Force
Yeah,
Ghosts.
it should all
with Rey.
appeared. Yeah,
you should have. They should have shown everybody. I mean, yeah, there was
Disney-
a fan
Disney couldn't
cut of
afford
that
that.
looked really
Disney
good, and you were
couldn't
like,
What do
why
you mean
didn't
Disney
they
couldn't
make that
afford
choice?
that? What do you mean Disney couldn't afford
You
that?
know,
You even hear Frapers Jr. Character.
Yeah,
from
it should have been
Rebels.
everybody. It should have been Qui-Gon's Force Ghost. Anyone
Obi-Wan.
who had a Force Ghost, like the main one, Obi-Wan, Yoda, Anakin,
Mace.
Luke. Not Mace.
Mace, Windu.
Mace didn't have that.
Well,
trait.
he
Well, his
Mace should have
voice
been
is
there.
in there.
The reason I put Mace there because
Samuel
it was,
Jackson, he did
because of
voice.
how he died.
You know, they did
His
do Finn
voice is in
so dirty throughout that series.
They did.
I
agree.
hope when they do come back with a new trilogy, and if they do bring back Rey and Finn, that from go, Rey has been training Finn, and he's a full Jedi, like right off the bat.
Well, that's the
That's
funny
what they
thing.
do in
That
Lego.
Damon Lindelof is working on a Star Wars movie he's writing, and one of the directors of Miss Marvel's directing. Supposedly, it is a sequel to the sequel trilogy. It's going to start right where Rise of Skywalker ended, apparently, and go from there.
But didn't they say it was all new cast?
What?
Like it wasn't anyone?
They said it was they said it was a mixture of new and old cast.
I
They
heard
didn't
by
specify
old.
who's coming
No.
back though.
I think John Boyega
Is
died.
it going to
I'm
be?
not-
I
think
think
so.
there's a chance they're going to tell more stories with Rey and Finn, but they'll be like the legacy
Finn-
characters
Why
coming
did
in.
Finn also considered to also become a Jedi, but they decided to go the other way?
Well, that's
you
the
gotta
funny
No,
really
I mean,
do
he
that.
said throughout, even at the end, he was trying to tell Rey, you know,
He was force
he was trying to tell
sensitive.
her who's force sensitive.
I
Yeah,
mean,
Finn-
in the
yeah.
Lego stuff, he's a
See, that's
Yeah,
what I was going to
she's
mention.
trying to train him in the
That's
Lego
what I was
stuff.
going to mention.
right?
Supposedly, the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special is somewhat canonical because
wait. So
it
time
tells.
travel actually.
Well, yeah, it tells the story of how Finn became Rey's
Padawan.
Padawan,
I don't know.
and it's actually somewhat canon, apparently. Like, not exactly, but I mean, I don't know.
So it
I
was
would
Rey
be
who
I would be down
helped
to see
Luke destroy
Rey
the
and
Death
Finn.
Star.
What can
In a
Disney afford
trilogy.
John Bodega? Can Disney afford?
Yeah, the issue is not the money with John Boyega. It's like he doesn't want to get burned creatively again. They have to
Yeah,
make
no,
they have to
yeah.
actually make sure they
He
do it
doesn't
right.
like
this time.
JJ.
He was of the
So-
trio. He was burned a lot by creativity.
Yeah, you gotta,
Yeah,
you gotta
Yoda. What I see this comment right here. This is some of the stuff I see all the time when it comes to the Last Jedi. I get it, but he was putting on a ruse when he was scavenging and like going through his food and making the jokes. You know, where you put your weapon? I mean, you know, harm.
Yeah, he
you
did
know,
the
all
funny.
that.
He did the
He
funny
was
voice
doing
too,
that as a
yeah.
ruse to test to see if he was worthy to be
Yeah.
trained.
I feel
It
like
wasn't
if
that he
we
was
were to
scavenging on that.
rewatch Last Jedi now that we know the full story. I wonder if
It's hard revisiting it because Rise of Skywalker kind of ignores Last Jedi and
The
undermines
last
it.
woke. Who want to watch that? Nobody want to watch that.
I mean, the thing with
Last
the last,
Wookiee.
the thing with the Last Jedi also is this thing with Rose Tico and her kissing him at the end and saying I
He did
love
nothing
you or
with her
something.
after
And it
that.
goes
Like-
absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
And when Finn was like heading towards the cannon to like go in and kill it
Yeah.
and sacrifice himself, that actually would have been really good if they wanted to go in that direction. But of course, subverting expectations. All you know, then he gets knocked out and he's saved. That's another one of those Ryan Johnson things where you think, oh my God, he's gonna do the sacrifice play like
And the
Iron Man.
reason, and then
And
she
then
says
they-
line
And
why
then
she
she's like,
did it.
"Why'd you do that?" Oh, because I love you. And it was, and then that never went anywhere.
They
It's like,
abandoned that
so
whole thing.
stupid,
She was
man.
she was a
in that
background
film,
character in this
But the
third movie.
line that she says, like, "Why'd you do that?" It's like, because we're gonna save the day, not by fighting what we hate, but by
Hate.
saving what we love.
Saving
And
what
I'm
we
just
love.
I feel
And
she was
it
like
was
a back-
lame.
She was like a background character for most of the third movie. She wasn't. She was like 5 minutes.
because JJ's like, that's not my character. I have
Yeah.
no clue what to do.
Because
with her."
JJ is so bro. JJ is the most dumbest. I want to smack the shit out of him.
Here's a question.
He makes a lot of money.
Do you think Ryan
Hey, JJ,
Johnson
so
is
much,
getting his trilogy?
No, he's not getting his
No,
trilogy.
bro.
You guys need it.
I think he's gonna direct one episode of The Mandalorian.
I think he
this
can
season.
direct Star Wars TV because based on
Yeah.
Breaking Bad, when he's directing someone else's script, he has a hell of a job.
Yeah, but when he did the Fly episode for Breaking Bad, and oh my God, it's the
Oh my
worst
God, that
episode of the
was
entire.
bullshit.
I
Holy
like
shit.
the Fly episode because
Ah.
it's so weird and like visually.
No, it's terrible.
It was filler while they
It's a
tried to
filler
write the
episode.
extra
Yeah,
episode. It was
yes.
filler.
Is it a filler episode? Yes, but
yeah.
I think it's a good filler episode because it's a fun one. You know?
I wish Luke and
What
Leia's
about the
kiss went
Knives Out
somewhere.
trilogy that you made?
Yeah, 'cause
Oh, yeah.
remember that? Remember how awkward that relationship was when we found out they were brother
Oh
and
man,
sister?
I won't fight JJ. He's a bitch. He's a
I
fucking
wouldn't
bitch.
want to fight him, but
He's
I
short.
bet I'd smack the shit out of him. He'd
Dude,
be
he's-
dead in 2 seconds.
Speaking of
And he'll
JJ,
still-
the rumor
he'll
is
still
that
you.
they're talking to him because they lost Matt Shackman to Fantastic
That's
Four.
not
They're
happening. That is not
talking
happening.
to him
bro.
about
That's not
directing.
happening.
Sure, why not?
Star Trek movie.
That's
I don't
not
care.
happening, bro. That's not happening.
I'm
bro.
not. I'm not like Brian. I don't care about.
Listen,
Star Trek. Go
Paramount's
ahead.
trying. No, here's the thing. Paramount's trying really hard to get this fourth Star Trek movie made. They're not giving up on
They-
it. They want
They're
some.
gonna spend 300 million. They got 300 million.
They
got
can't
300.
spend. They can't spend that much money on
They-
Star Trek
they're not
again.
gonna
No, but
Yeah,
listen,
yeah.
hey
Chris
guys,
Pine
have you
needs work.
seen this? Have you seen the CGI on Star Trek Discovery and some of these other Star Trek
I haven't
shows?
seen the
They
shows.
don't need. They could use that stuff as the level of like
Yeah.
quality for Star Trek because it's
Pretty
better than
good.
anything they did in the feature films. Some of the CGI ships and stuff. Oh my God, they're
I've been-
killing it.
You gotta
On
pay
TV.
Zoe Zadana. You gotta pay Chris Pine that $30 million contracts. They're not good.
Or
they're not gonna give him that.
or you could
They're not
do
doing that.
like I said. I think they should do, if they could do a Star Trek movie, just make it with the next generation characters.
Yeah,
Get a new
that's
actor.
it.
Get a new actor. Get a new
Well,
actors.
we're
as
getting
Picard.
that. That's Picard season 3 is,
No, I'm
is their
talking about like.
farewell.
No, I'm talking about.
No,
I'm
he's
talking
saying
about-
like to
For the
recast
movies,
that.
if they
Like,
do movies, to the
Yeah.
generation
Oh, you mean start over with all new people as Picard? And
Picard,
yeah.
Biker, yeah.
Yes.
James
I'd be
McAvoy
down
be
with
honest
that.
with you,
Actually, have you seen that someone did a fan art around when the first JJ Star Trek came out? Someone did a fan art of what Tom Hiddleston would look like as Data, and he looks fantastic.
Tom who?
Hiddleston, Loki.
Oh,
As
yeah.
Data.
I just don't think he would do it though. That's the only thing.
I
He
mean,
would
but
do it.
it
He
may-
would do
may
it.
Maybe I mean, I
yeah,
think
but
this
here's the
part-
thing too. Like, is there really like a market to like do a movie reboot of the Next Generation cast?
No, you need to have unknowns in a lot of those roles, man, because it would be too much.
They're too iconic in a way, too.
Of a shock to throw in
Ooh.
someone like Tom Middleton into a role like that.
Oh,
you
they're
know?
making a Gladiator sequel.
Yeah,
I saw
We
that
knew
today.
about that. We
Yeah,
knew about that.
Lame.
Ridley Scott
They should
directing.
it should just been a one-off.
Bro, Russell Crowe is fat as fuck. How the fuck he's gonna get skinny?
No. It's,
Hey,
they're
Russell Crowe's dead.
recasting it with somebody
Oh,
else.
yeah, I
It's
forgot
not.
that.
Russell Crowe's character is dead.
It's about when it's about Lucius, the
Ye-
kid.
Oh, that's gonna fail. That's gonna.
Yeah,
fail.
because I think if I remember, Russell Crowe's character died.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
died.
Oh, he did-
He's
he
dead.
did
He's not
that.
coming back.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
forgot that.
I
Man,
was
it's been a long
I
time I've
I had a
watched that movie.
conversation with Mel Gibson, and I asked him about.
What? Wait.
I asked him. I said, "What was the one movie that you should have done or were cast in?" And he said you never miss movies. He said, but Ridley Scott was after him for quite a while to be the Gladiator, and he had a choice between the Gladiator, the Patriot, and what was the third film? There was
He
a
did the
third.
Patriot.
He ended up doing the Patriot,
Yeah.
and it wasn't as a box office success.
He's
as,
still doing Lethal Weapon 5, right?
Yes, he's still doing Lethal Weapon 5. He's going to direct it, but we were talking, and he said that he almost was and The Unforgiven. He was going to be Clint Eastwood's. Those were the three scripts. He had The Patriot, he had the Gladiator, and he had The Unforgiven.
Was he ever going to join Marvel too, or no?
I don't. We didn't talk about that.
You think about Suicide Squad. He was going to. Remember, he was going to do Suicide Squad before.
Oh yeah, he was going to do Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I asked him about something, and he said he said there was no. He said there was no truth to that.
Did anyone see that Nicolas Cage Dracula
Renfield
movie?
No, I didn't see that.
But going back to Mel Gibson, is this true? I think when they were developing X-Men in the 80s, I think they were looking at him as Wolverine.
You know,
I heard a rumor about that.
I asked him if he had ever been offered any superhero roles or anything, and he said no. So
by Marvel, that's crazy.
So I don't know. I mean,
yeah, it would be cool to see him and direct like a big blockbuster. I mean, listen, The Patriot's an amazing movie, so I don't knock him.
I love The Patriot.
Yeah,
I like The Patriot a lot. So
that's the one with
Patriot was a box office hit, wasn't it?
Which one?
Patriot.
It wasn't. It didn't make a lot of money. It didn't make the money that they thought, it was going to make.
It's studio logic. If it doesn't,
Gladiator was a box office was a huge movie.
The sequel won't. That one.
Well, I think RJ just left.
Oh wait. Oh no, it's the stream. No, the stream's still on.
Only me and Sean have the power to end it.
Oh, his internet.
There's.
Oh, his internet. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh my goodness.
Sean, so you think Aslaf is talking to Mel Gibson to do Lethal Weapon 5 right now?
Oh,
we need to see that.
No, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Okay.
What was this? What was this?
So when we could expect that movie though?
Well, the picture with Mel and I was taken last January. I worked on a movie with him, and
he looks good, yo. He looks good for that age.
He does.
Yeah, no, he does. He does.
Yeah, I think we should end it after this.
I'm too old for this shit. I love that quote.
And he told me everything that's going to happen in Lethal Weapon 5, but I'm sworn to secrecy. But it's going to be if they can get it going, it's going to be amazing.
But it won't be cheap though. It wouldn't be cost like $50.
Rock, just bring back Chris Rock.
Well, they were gonna do. He did confirm, and I can say this that Joe Pesci's not coming back. He said that he's not even in the script.
He's retired.
No. He's retired. He likes to play golf, and he doesn't really want to do anything.
He only came back for the
Irishman.
The Irishman.
He came back for the Irishman. Yeah, they brought him out for that one.
But that was because he's friends with Martin because of Scorsese.
They got a long history together, Martin Scorsese and him. But Mel told me all the key major plot points to the movie, and
the songs are coming back, right?
If they can get it off the ground, and it does happen, it'll be a great bookend to the rest of the movies. Like it'll be really good. So
because Don already has the script done. His wife is producing it. So Kevin Feige,
and he's directing it. Mel's directing it. So
it wouldn't be high budget. It would be like $80 million to make, or 90.
It may be less than that, but they had said that originally it was supposed to go straight to HBO Max to help attract people to HBO Max. But now that Zaslav's in charge, I think it's going to be a theatrical thing. So we'll see.
It will make
There's
a lot of good money.
Unfortunate news that Earl Bowen from the Terminator movies that's the way.
Yeah. I put a video up on my channel about that.
Maybe we should end it here, guys. This has been actually a really long stream, and Max is not here.
Yeah,
I gotta leave.
All right. Well, have a good night, guys.
Yeah.
Peace.
So everybody, smash the like button down below, and if you're catching us on the replay, smash the like button. If we're gonna catch us on the replay, Max is not. I don't know. I thought Max would be back by now. RJ's internet problem, so I'm gonna end the stream right here. But it was a good, almost 3 hours conversation about a lot of stuff, a lot of fun stuff. Overall, it's a good stream. But yeah, so take care, everybody, and have a good night or good morning wherever you are in this world.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah, have a great weekend, everybody. Take care, guys.
And